What is going on, everybody? Welcome down to the Barbarian Bar. We got a guest today. Chris, what's going on?
Oh man, same old. Just
Same all. It's
getting ready to start
Friday.
the day.
It's Friday. Who we got in the chat here? Hey, we
Yeah,
already got somebody in the chat too. Gabe, what's going on? So,
yeah.
let me
What's
go
going
ahead
on, Gabe?
and welcome you here. Welcome. You are from House of Blaze. If nobody knows, we got Bruce in the chat. What's going on? We'll wait for a few more people to show up, and then we will ask some questions for you and show off some knives.
For sure, man. Lots of good stuff. I brought some sneak peeks, I guess.
Heck yeah. What's going on? First question I do have for you though, Chris. What's in the cup?
So Folgers, man.
Folgers, okay.
But yeah, I have the Rick Hinderer cup. I was a big fan of
Ooh,
Hinderer, so I picked up one of
okay.
their. Was it? Is it Dean Pottery? Something like that. I can't remember. But they
Okay.
did the cups for them. I think JRW has some too. But
I was gonna say it looks familiar.
yeah, two creams, two sugars. I
Holy
can't I can't
moly.
do it black.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm straight up black coffee. Mine is the EDC and Coffee Co. Just like the cup actually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it's also a
Pretty
pottery
close.
cup
I
as
love the
well.
way that they do. Yeah, the way they do that raised like
Yeah, that
emblem.
is nice.
It's nice, man.
Mine's not well, mine's kind of raised a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly like
Nice.
that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What
Let's
is Alpha
see.
Prime says he's drinking bourbons. Bourbons.
It's too early for bourbon, man. It's good, but it's too early.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I didn't have to go to work here in probably a little bit, I'd probably slip a little bit of a whiskey or bourbon in there. It'd be all right.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
Gotta
Alpha
go make
says
sure
he's
I'm not
drinking
sending the
out
wrong
of a.
knives to people.
Oh, okay, out of the JR. Okay, he's saying you're not drinking bourbon. He's saying that you're drinking out of a bourbon cup.
Gotcha. Funny. I see Carrie Coulter in there.
I'd say
What's up,
welcome,
guys?
Carrie. Yeah. So I'm just gonna wait for a few people to jump in here. Got a few people online. Are you able to see the chat? Is it popping up on your side, or are you a little behind?
So I can't see it on my screen, but yeah, I have it
Okay.
pulled up over here, and no, it's pulling up. I think I'm lagging behind, but the chat's up to date.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the chat up to date. So anybody that I'm talking to Chris as far as when we go live here, I can hear him, he can see me. We're live together, but you guys are a little bit in the past. So as far as him checking up with the chat, want to make sure we can all see. You know, if you guys have questions for Chris, I see High Tides already dropping down some links. Appreciate it. Just want to make sure we're all going to hang out here, talk knives. No, my first question was coffee, of course, and what's in the pockets?
Ooh, okay. So I actually switched it up today.
Ooh,
So I got my Lander 2.
ooh,
Make sure it's
okay, new.
yeah. And this thing, dude, man, it's bringing back my love for axis locks. Or sorry, bar lock. But
However we want to call it. I
yeah,
don't think the
this
patent's there anymore, so you can call it however you want.
and that's the dude. I annoy my wife with this. I'm just constantly just sitting on the sofa, just back and forth.
My wife is the same way. She's like, "Why are you doing that? Like, why?" I was like, "Cause it's like an adult fidget. Like, you know those fidget spinners and
Yeah,
stuff. It's literally an adult fidget. I mean, that's what it is to me." Black
yeah,
Sparrow
that's
EDC
exactly what it is.
morning.
I got the Supreme Beer Bomb.
Oh yeah,
Always have that on me, pretty much, either in the pouch or in the pocket. And
nice.
then shout out to Chris from over at Carry Culture. He hooked me up with a Neil Hayes
Ooh, that's
slip,
nice.
and it just fits perfectly in there.
Looks
It's
like a
really nice, man.
JWR bead on there.
No, so RE Club, Boo Bead,
Oh,
Boo EDC.
yeah. Okay, I've seen
So
those.
man, yeah, beads have gotten kind of crazy with Scoopy Loops and some of the other makers.
They have.
And Boo Beads, dude, it's like $20. And he's always got beads coming out, and I just think, you know, for the some of the stuff I'm looking for, why spend 150 secondary prices when I can just snag something from him?
It is difficult to kind of think about the cost of some of these beads. I mean, they do. They get expensive, but Man, some of them are worth it though. But those I've seen those boobies, and I've heard only good things. Of course, only good things.
Yeah, yeah. He's got good stuff. And then I'm actually testing this out for work, man. We had Tecto kind of come in to the shop, and we've carried their knives for about 3, 4 months.
Okay,
But they brought their autos in. Sorry, still trying to get used to the camera.
it's all right. No, you're
And
doing
yeah,
good.
we met the owner Marco. Met the owner Marco, and he's a really cool guy. And, I kind of addressed some of the concerns with the community around his knives, kind of being made all in USA, and he was just like very adamant, like, hey, that's not the case. The steel and stuff is from uh, the US. They do all the machining and stuff here in the states, all the grinding, things like that, and then the handle screws, a few of the things like possibly like the pocket clip are from
Okay,
overseas, and it does say it on the box. So that's kind of what I was, I guess we kind of let him know like, hey, the flag on there is kind of what's throwing people off.
I
But
can't see it. Is it American flag?
oh, yeah, it's the American flag on there,
Okay,
which is how he got into the story and let me know like, hey, like the blade is here. Yeah, and
okay.
he, with that feedback, maybe he'll do something a little different. But really great guy. Gave me one to kind of test out, and it's my first OTF. So um, just kind of playing with that thing.
Well, I know you and I we discussed OTFs out the front knives as far as legality reasons here in Minnesota. Apparently, we're not allowed to even possess them. I've been looking up the laws, been looking up like as much as I possibly could, and what it sounds like is we can't even possess them. I thought at one time you could own one, you could have it at your house, but it sounds like the possession is what they're saying even counts as far as you cannot even have it in your house. I thought you couldn't just carry it around. I was like, well, that's no big deal, and it's one of those fine lines. It's like I really want one. I mean, I've seen them. I know I'm not going to name any names during in the bus, but I know many people, my neighbors around my area, who have them, and it's a bummer. I'd like to get into it because I actually just learned about that company before. I think you even showed me that one before. I just recently
Yeah,
followed them on Instagram.
yeah, man. And obviously, with them being a new company, they're trying to get their knives out and stuff like that, which is
Yeah,
is great to see. And they've got some big collaborations. I think they have an OTF with Humvee. Um,
really.
yeah, and that's kind of I've seen like them on Metal Complex or Neves Knives, things like that. So they've been around for at least a year, maybe a little bit longer than that. But I think some of the confusion just came from their the imported parts, but it does state it on the box. So
Well,
at least they're being
safe
upfront
to say
about that.
majority of it's made in America.
Yeah, and I didn't get specifics from them. They do have a factory, so whether it's the pocket clip or the handle that's machined overseas,
Okay.
um, I would look to them to get specifics and stuff. But yeah, he was kind of just giving me the rundown on everything. But yeah, pretty cool. I think it's the Spry, if I'm not mistaken, all black with a drop point blade.
That looks really nice. I'm gonna try to pull up the give me a second here if I can pull up the Instagram page. Here we go.
Let's see. Morning, guys. Sorry, I'm missing everybody. Checking
Who do we got here? Zero Bites, High Tide, of course. Absolutely rocking the links. Appreciate you a lot. Yes, 10% off House of Blades. Use code Barbarian. Absolutely. OTF. I mean, who's looking through your home? Exactly. I agree. So Zero Bites is basically saying, yeah, you can have an OTF. Just who's gonna say? I
Yeah,
was
and
actually
that's
looking
the
at
thing.
this one. They've got some pretty nice knives. I was looking at this. I like this one in all black. I don't know. You're probably a little bit behind, but I'm looking at the. I don't know if they have a name for it. Just the regular flipper, but I think it's a liner lock.
That's the Bravo, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that okay? Do you guys have these yet, or just the OTFs?
Yep,
You do.
yep.
Okay.
Got those on. Yeah, I got those on the site, and your code does work for them too.
Ooh, there you go, guys. Oh, so this is the one I was looking at. The fat carbon, and then oh man, these look really nice. They look like something we've seen in the past. I do like these.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I prefer the Charlie, or sorry, the Charlie's the big one. The Alpha. I think that's the one with the fat carbon in it. Titanium anodized accents. So those are pretty
Okay.
cool. Um, and I think the price range is like you're within like the 100 to 160 $70 range, and that's not I get everybody has their different price ranges, but that's not too bad.
100,
For a knife with
anything
those
under
materials.
200 is pretty average, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
What do we?
But yeah, and just to finish off that last thing, I got the OEG Good Luck Pry
Ooh,
in
nice.
the pockets today. Yeah.
I like it.
So snag that from Josh over at Carry Culture as well. So those guys are hooking me up with some deals, man. I've got some cool gear from them.
Heck yeah. Well, they should. I mean, you're becoming a big thing. I don't know if people realize that, but you're becoming kind of big in the EDC community. I mean, you've been big,
Nah,
but I think you're
man.
getting bigger. I don't know. I mean, when you pop in chat, everybody knows who you are. They see your name pop up, and
Man,
everybody says hello.
and I appreciate that, but yeah, I don't like to think of it that way. And I just really wanted to, get with all you guys and just kind of be one of the part of the community and
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, I just love talking about knives and stuff.
Same here. Same here. So you got an OTF, you got a beer bomb. Mine's going to be a little different then. So I
Let's
am
see what those in those pockets.
re-carrying. I've been carrying it for a little bit, but I'm carrying the Pilar, the CRK. My love recently just popped back up with this knife because of my new knife, which is the Riv. I'm afraid to carry it yet, so I wanted to carry the Pilar. I just
Yeah,
love
don't want to
that
get any
thing.
scratches on that thing.
Yeah,
Yet.
not yet. M390 titanium. Oh, it's just. I did actually just recently order off of Lynch I got the new clip, but I'm gonna match the backspacer. It'll be
Okay,
that
gonna do.
bronze.
Is it brass? Brass or bronze? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they call it brass. You're right. And then I did get the one with the leaf in there, and I asked them. I said, "What color is it?" And they said that it's gonna be a gold leaf. So I don't know how I'll even be able to see
Oh,
that.
okay.
So I've looked them up, but I haven't actually seen the one for this specific knife.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made that one. So
Yeah,
yeah, it should be his little feather logo or leaf logo. Yeah.
I figured why not support them. I'd rather show off the logo. It's a little extra $4, but I figured why not show it off, share off, But look how close they are.
Oh, yeah. I actually like the bigger version. Is it the
The
PLR2?
Biblio.
Oh yeah. But I meant from CRKT. I think they made a
Oh,
bigger version
yeah, the
of
number
that one.
two. That
Yeah.
that one also has a flipper tab like this does,
Okay.
but it would be
Yeah.
bigger.
I
And
like
it's
the
just a little
changes they
bit.
made.
I I like it for EDC purposes. I don't know. You know me. I kind of like these smaller knives. I do love larger knives. I mean, my favorite, of course, is the Benchmade Grizzly Ridge. That is my favorite, of course, my go-to. But
Oh yeah.
I don't know, something about these smaller knives. You can choke up quite a bit. I don't got the smallest of hands, but if you choke up, it's still pretty big. I mean,
Yeah. Just throw a
obviously,
lanyard, a little bead on there.
yeah.
Good to go.
Got to find the right one though. What would you put on a giant mouse? They do make a bead for this knife.
Man, you know what? I think I have the perfect bead for that, man. I actually got it from Blue Beads as well.
Oh,
Let's see if I can pull it out of this junk. So I got the Beetlejuice bead
ooh, okay.
from him. And I don't have anything to put it on, so I should probably send it your way.
That does
Got
look
that
nice.
black in
That
it.
does look nice. Lanyards are kind of
Um,
a controversial thing in the EDC community. Either you love them, you hate them. People are so there's no like center, and I personally love them. I think they have a purpose. I know, and I say this all the time. You pull it out of your pocket. You got that deep carry. How are you going to grip it? You got gloves on here in the winter. We get snow, so we wear gloves a lot for 6 months out of the year. And they look good. I mean, everybody probably hates this one, but because it's so long, and everybody would cut that off. But it's got a
yeah,
purpose.
my brother has one like that, and it bothers me every time he pulls out his Adamas. I'm like, slice that thing off, man.
Yes, yeah, and like I said, I've said it before, and I've said in the past, that's purposeful. I want it long because if I wear my Carhartt bibs or something like that, I put my knife up front, and if I'm snow blowing or something, I want something to grab. If I'm wearing those big leather gloves, it's something I can grab. Obviously, like if you look at the
Yeah,
Spyderco, I got something little on there. That's really all you need.
small. Yeah, changing it up. Yeah, I know. So I just learned how to do like a crazy little
Oh, those are so
knot
hard. Who have I seen?
It took like
Ron
an
do
hour.
it, and I've seen
Yeah.
Brandon. They do it live, and it takes me forever. I'm not that good.
Yeah, that's what I was asking Brandon. I'm like, dude, how do you do that, man? But yeah, I went
Practice.
to Weavers, Weavers of something I can't remember, but they had some pretty good tutorials, so I was able to
Okay.
knock that one out.
I just recently started watching those, and I have to watch them each time. Even just doing the silly snake knot, I have to rewatch how to do it. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah, no, I feel you on that.
So yeah, I've been carrying this just because I want to carry this, and I'm not ready to because it just came in the mail yesterday. And then of course, new coin came in, so I am carrying a new coin. The 5-year anniversary from Giant Mouse.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, are you into coins? I'm not sure. You collect them, or are you into them, or
So I was at a certain point. I had
okay,
um, God, I'm trying to remember what I started out with. It was Pete. I had Pete's Pirate Life coins.
okay,
I ended up getting rid of those. I had the brass V3, I believe,
ooh,
which had the
okay.
Kraken on it, or maybe the ship. I'm not sure. Yeah, the sink or swim.
I'd say
Um,
the
and
Kraken one, and then the pirate. I think, or is that V4?
yeah,
I gotta remember. I should
it
be
might
on
have been
top
the
of that.
V4. But then yeah, so finding more makers in the community. I think I found Mendoza EDC, which he did a coin with All American Maker, which was the first
Yep.
time I had ever picked anything up from him. I got it wasn't the black dot one. I got the winter kind of
Okay.
like silver one from him. And then yeah, now the only two things that are in the collection are an Astro Boy Lover Boy RE Club coin, which I
Nice.
scored in the group, and then a Breakfast Club EDC, which was a gift. It's the Pokemon egg coin,
Oh,
which I
nice.
always have on me.
Okay.
It was a gift from a buddy at work, so a little bit of sentimental stuff. That's usually the stuff that sticks around in the collection the longest.
Same here. If it was a gift or if it's got meaning, I'm the same way. In which this was a gift, obviously from Jesper Voxies. Believe it or not, everybody, no big deal. I got a message from him. I was so ecstatic. I know I showed you that screenshot. I was like, dude, what? I was so ecstatic. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome,
It's
man.
going to have kind of meaning to me. I mean, that's actually pretty much 90% of my coins. I got 2 coin decks back there, and pretty much 90% of them are all gifts. I've got the Breakfast Club one, the blue egg to what is it? It's what is that? I can't. Oh, brain fart. Brain fart doesn't work. But they do all those special coins. Like you got the Pokemon one. They do all the donation ones, and they mean
Oh
something.
yeah,
So it's kind of cool.
yeah, like the Mario and stuff. I see in the chat the guys got it down. Weavers of Eternity. That's
Oh,
who
there it
those
is.
guys
Okay.
are that showed me how to tie those. Yeah.
Who put that in high tide? Yep, I see it. Okay, and 0 bytes. Yeah, if you need to learn how to use the knot, absolutely. So the coin, the knife, and this is the new pry bar that I'm going to be carrying. It's also a keychain holder. So I carry the Gerber mullet to put my keys on, so I can loop it into my belt loop. Well, this just got sent, so I'm going to try this out here. A little pry bar, little giant mouse, titanium. Put that in the belt loop. It does also seconds as a bottle opener. Of course, everything does these days.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kind of cool.
It looks pretty thick too.
It's a little girthy. It's not too bad. So it'll second as a pry bar, bottle opener, hold my keys. Really, all I want is to loop in my belt loop because I hate putting too many keys in my pocket, scratching my phone, or rubbing up against my knives, or what else I have in there. So that's really what's in my pocket, and then just my wallet. Pretty light day.
Same. Yeah, just I'm getting to the point where I did at the beginning. I loved carrying everything in my pockets, but now I'm just like I need a pouch and a
Yes.
sling so I can just toss everything in there because I've got so much stuff.
I have gotten to the point where I'll carry my sling and I'll put my pouch inside the sling. So if I need anything in the pouch or I want to just take that out to save some room, sometimes there's other things I want to slip in there when I'm walking around town or something like that. Depending what I'm wearing, if it's a pair of basketball shorts, you can't really put what I want in the waistband. It kind of falls down. I think Mikey actually showed a way to carry your pew pew, but I can put that in my pouch. Or sorry, my sling bag, So I've been carrying kind of both. And if I don't wear the sling bag, I throw that in the side. So I got to have my essentials on me: my wallet, my phone, my knife, and like a coin or my beer bomb if I'm carrying that. I got to hook myself up. I need High Tide EDC to make me one of those, a thinner one, because I've got the OG one. Yeah, my beer bomb's the OG, so it's a thin one. I need a big papa.
Oh, the thin one.
I
Yeah,
love it
dude.
though.
Man, I wish I had my collection accessible right now because I have a lot of those. But um, yeah, he actually, speaking of high tide, he actually came into the store and he hooked me up. I wish I had the slip on me. I actually like carrying that one at work,
Okay,
just because it kind of locks in.
that's what I saw.
I don't know. I think it was Tom. Yeah, like it's like a little detent, man. Whereas with these, if someone yanks on my, if it was hanging out and someone yanked on it, that thing would
Yep.
come right out.
My
Where
kids
with
do
that
that with
one,
my knives all the
it's
time. So I like that
yeah,
idea. I like that.
yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty cool. I like the way he molded it.
it looks really smooth too. EDC research says anyone got the Pete's Pirate site up. Yeah, Pete's Pirate Life is dropping. Looks to be a candle, which is like an oil filter, which is sweet. Speaking of coins, it looks like the Moto Life gear is on there on the coin, and then I'm not sure what else there was. I saw the two things that's dropping today. Loot. What's going on, Loot Tax? What's going on here? What is up? What is up? Make
What's
sure
up,
I didn't
Luke?
miss anything in the chat here. Yeah. So yeah, Pete's Pirate Life is dropping a few things here. Are you still into Pete's Pirate Life? I feel like a lot of people have kind of like scattered off on that.
Yeah, man. So I still like all the stuff he comes out with. Unfortunately, I can't afford to buy like the
Yes.
cool axe or something like that because
Yeah.
it's crazy. But my brother, he has the fixed blade. He has the
Okay.
entire coin collection. Um, so yeah, I kind of just live through him now. I was like, he buys this stuff, and I'm just like, let me hold it for a little bit.
Oh, I'm jealous. See, I'm your brother. I'm the one who gets all the stuff. My brother is the one who lives through me. He buys a lot of his stuff is not like me where I'm a hoarder. I like all this gadgets. So he kind of lives through me. So anything I don't need anymore, I usually kind of slip it over his way. Like I got him a couple pouches and stuff. And so your
Yeah.
brother sounds like he's got a lot of cool stuff though.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
should.
yeah, he does. He jumped into EDC probably about a year after me,
Okay.
and he's helped out at the store, things like that. So,
Is he older or younger?
yeah, and he's younger, so we're
Okay.
actually twins.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
exact same age. I'm 6 minutes older, but yeah, he jumped into EDC and just kind of went straight down the
Okay.
rabbit hole, and just he's got a decent collection of cool knives.
So would you say he's got a better collection than you do?
Well, he's got a bigger collection, but I
Okay.
don't think his knives come to my price point. So I've actually
Okay.
dwindled the collection down, but obviously
Oh
things
yeah.
like the Umnumzon
Yep.
sit in that collection.
Oofda.
So yeah, it's a little more. Mine's definitely a little bit more curated to the higher end stuff
Okay.
than his is.
Okay.
Which not to shame or anything like that. I
Oh
love
no.
budget stuff.
No,
Yeah,
not at
yeah.
all.
But, yeah, he definitely just enjoys a certain type of knife.
Okay. So then that's going to bring up a question. I was thinking about this earlier yesterday, and last week we talked about Spyderco versus Benchmade, and I saw in the chat you said Benchmade, right?
Yeah.
And I still don't know which I like more. And I have to say, and this is leading into the next topic. So if everybody's like, "Oh, you talked about this last week," it's leading into my next topic. I think I like Spyderco, but I carry more Benchmade because I think it's my Spyderco knives that I am kind of like, I don't know if it's really so much what I like. Because I don't know. I say this. I don't think I like my lightweight. It's not as snappy. I like carrying it, but I think I carry more Benchmade. So that's my answer. But my next question for you was going to be CRK or Chavez. I know you just got a new Chavez, so I have to ask.
I did. I'm always gonna ride with CRK.
Okay.
So with the entire collection, I've had probably 8 CRKs in it. I do have it down to 2. I wish I had the other one, but yeah. I just how people say. I mean, it's just been a staple in the community. It's
Yes,
it's a it's the
100%.
pinnacle
Mhm.
pinnacle of knife um, excellence. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it is, man. I personally cherry pick pretty much every single one of mine. I like smooth action. If it's not
Mhm.
smooth enough, I'll probably still buy it and just kind of sand the washers down
Oh,
just to
nice.
kind of get it
Okay.
broken in a little more. But yeah, I don't know, but I do love Chavez and it, just that skull clip.
Oh, see, you even have the OG, the eyebrowless ones, the Whoopi Goldberg version. But
Yeah.
I'm jealous. See,
And I tuned this one a little bit so it'll drop shut a little
did you
better.
put skips or anything in there?
No, I'm still
No?
rocking all the same stuff.
Okay.
Just kind of loosen the pivot, Loctited it again to my
Oh,
liking, so that way blade centering is perfect, and then it'll just kind of drop shut on me.
where's mine? I know it's here.
Zero is my Onum's on drop shut. It is. It flips out pretty easily. Hopefully, I don't cut myself on camera, but yeah, it pretty much just falls closed.
So what's up with that? So I seen Taylor Martin. He's got his Imnans on, and it is a nail biter. Yours looks super drop shutty and smooth. I'm assuming when you say you tune it, obviously you've kind of got your own craft. You know what you're doing. So is Taylor Martin? Is he just not tuning his, or is he just over tightening it?
I don't think I don't think he's over tightening it. They are stiff when they come out of the box.
Okay.
Sometimes they're broken in quite a bit. And honestly, if you've ever seen any of the shop tours that people have done with them, they do kind of like a figure eight on the washers, and they tune that knife to exactly where they want it.
Okay.
So basically, what I do is you can take it to we have a wicked edge at the shop.
Okay.
So I just take it to some of those stones and just kind of touch it up on the fine stone or the ceramic stones. And then I just give it a few passes. I don't go too crazy because obviously you don't want it to be uncentered or anything like
Right.
that, but just to kind of smooth it out as if you were already playing with the knife. And it just gives me that smooth action that I like, so I'm able to flick it open.
Do you use polish?
No.
Okay.
No. I put the CRK grease back in there, and it's good to go.
I've never done it. And the reason I even ask is because I have done triggers for my gun. Or can I say that? So I've done trigger, upgrades and stuff, and I've polished it and stuff, and I use a little bit of compound and stuff, and I've never used it for my knives. And I was kind of thinking, maybe you would be the person to ask. Would you do that? I don't think you would. I mean,
yeah. No, I mean, the only thing I've ever really used on my knives is KPL.
okay.
Some blade wax or something just to kind of keep the blades from kind of corroding.
This has been my go-to. Blue
lube. Yeah, the blue lube.
Mainly just so I can walk in the store and buy it.
We use blue lube a lot at the store.
Okay. I know you guys sell it. You guys do sell it.
Yeah, it is a big seller. A lot of people like it, but I actually just like the kind of needle point that KPL has. So
yes.
kind of just drop it in between everything.
I have syringes that I've actually sucked out of there. I've actually used the syringe to beat it out, and I have used the syringes for our stuff because I use them for when I work on my pew-pews and stuff. Oh, High Tide says here, I love Chavez knives. Thank you for talking about the RCK9. I definitely want them to make that in black. But he says on the live stream the other day, so that's why he actually walked in there and he used my code. Thank you very much for that, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was awesome when he came in. He obviously gifted me something cool. I felt rushed because I had to jump on the live stream, which always sucks, kind of promising I'm going to be there at 5 o'clock. Because I always kind of, we've had so many people from the community come in and talk to me.
Oh,
I'm just like, I'm having a nice chat, and I'm like, I got to go.
You guys need like a cafe or something in there. People can just lounge around and drink coffee, and maybe at like 5 o'clock you switch over to like beer or something like that.
Yeah, come and swing in there. Yeah, it would be pretty cool just to kind of have like a community hangout kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the RCK9s, we should be getting, I think we're getting 6 more in. I just talked to Carlos over at Chavez Knives, so we've got those coming in.
So you're saying you guys don't have any right now, but you will have some.
High Tide got the last one, but we will be getting more.
So Do you know anybody that could customize? Like, let's say they wanted to get that Chavez, like me, and they wanted to have it blacked out. Because I think we talked about this a while ago. We were talking about was it custom made? Oh, I can't remember who it is, but they blacked out a couple of those CRKs, and I was like, man, that'd be cool to do that the RCK9.
Yeah. I think we were talking. Was it Knife Modders that we were
Yeah,
talking
knife
about?
modders. That sounds right.
Yeah, they could probably do it. They do really good work. I love seeing all their stuff on Instagram. Um, I think they
Yeah,
could
they do.
possibly do it, and obviously, there's a bunch of other people in the community. So I've sent some beads. I have a high text bead on my backpack, which I don't have near me, which sucks. Um, I sent that in for Cerakote from I think his name is Darren Wilkins in the community. I met him in um, I think I met him in one of the Facebook groups, the EDC Rehab,
Okay.
and then contacted him on Instagram, which I think his Instagram is Titan Cerakote, and he was able to sandblast the bead that I got
Ooh.
and do a black Cerakote. So it's really nice, man.
See, that would be sweet. That is honestly something I'm thinking about. That I really, because I think I like the size of it, and it doesn't have the eyebrows, so it doesn't have the little extra eyes. I'm kind of thinking that would be something I would be into, honestly. I don't know, and then I'd get
Yeah,
it
man.
modded. But now thinking about it, so your answer was actually kind of a more for me question. No, because you said you'd rather go with a Chris Reeves knives over a Chavez. So now you got me thinking I need to get myself on I got to get a CRK. I just have to. I think you sealed the deal. That's probably going to be the next one, because before this was my grail. As weird as that may sound, a little knife like this is a grail. I'm sorry. I just love this thing. I'm still in that like honeymoon phase of it, because it's not even 24 hours old yet. Which I
Yeah,
was
and
looking on. You
you
guys
know,
have one of these, not in black though.
yeah, I don't think we have it in black, but I do. I love that Grails can pretty much be anything to certain
Oh
people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because a Grail for me when I started was a Benchmade. You know, I got
Mhm.
a Griptilian, and now kind of being up at a higher thing, Chris Reaver Grails.
Yep.
But I have one, so what's the next step? And you can just kind of always keep going up, or
Yep.
finding something different.
Once you get to like a certain level, like the bug out was like for me was a grail. As weird as that may sound, but I was like, a grail. You're right. It can be any price range. I mean, for a while it was the bug out. Once I got that, then it's to go to the next level. And this is the next level. And once I think this is probably the most expensive knife that I've paid for, and I love it. But I think it's time to. I think maybe you talked me into it. I either got to get that new RCK9 or I got to get myself into a CRK. I got to find out what the world over there is like, because like you said, it's epitome of a knife when we think about knives.
It's a slippery slope though, man. Because I
It
know a
is.
lot of people say in the community. I when I started at the House of Blades, I was like, I'd never spend $500 on a knife. That's insane.
Yeah.
Who could possibly do that? And now I've been through 20 hinders,
Wow.
probably 8 Chris Reeve, and still kind of playing around in the lower tier category price wise because these
Yeah.
are great knives. But I think somewhere around 350 or something.
Hey, pull
Uh,
that back up here. Is that Tonto?
yeah, I
Oh,
have it in
okay.
the
I
top
thought
tip.
for some reason you got the drop point. Okay. Their Tonto is so different. Sorry, not to take you off track. I was just looking at mine. I thought you had a drop point for some reason.
No, but the cool thing is I'm not a big fan of Tonto, but I couldn't let it pass up since we've been talking about it for what 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Um, but I can just take it back to the sharpener at work and just kind of grind it out.
Well, with the Chavez, their Tonto is so I don't know how do you call that, steep? Their Tonto is not like a Warner.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian wants me to make
Oh
sure I
yeah, for
notice
sure.
him. Yes, I notice you, Ian. Welcome to the chat.
What?
Sorry. When we get talking, we sometimes miss the chat. My apologies. Let's
Yeah.
look at the chat
What's
before we
up,
get too
Ian?
rolling here. Welcome, Sid. Welcome, Ian. I saw you. Hey, Phytonics. They're talking about the Pete's Pirate Life in the chat here. Okay.
Oh yeah. Did we miss that drop?
I think it's still. I don't think it's up yet. I think Brad
Yeah, I
sent
thought
me a
they go live
message.
at noon.
Yeah, what time is it? We got about 45 minutes yet, I think. Don't we? Take a look here. I think we still got time. Sorry. Sidetrack.
Do I have the Ace in natural micarta in stock? I don't know if I have the natural micarta. It might be natural micarta or it might be the full tie.
For which one? Giant mouse?
Yeah.
Let's pull up your website and let's take a look.
I would totally click on stuff, but I don't want to accidentally exit the stream.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I've got you over here. So people can see what we're looking at here. We want the giant mouse Ace. I think I saw you did have one on there earlier. Go to brands. I'm so bad at going on websites when I'm like live. When people are like looking at me, it's hard. It's awkward.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to like redo the categories and things like that, just to kind of keep the site up to date and stuff.
Okay. All right, let's take a look. I was looking on this yesterday because I've always been in the giant mouse, and ever since I've got the ones that I got yesterday, I just keep looking. I'm looking at that Biblio. This is the Riv that I was looking at. You guys do have a Riv in stock, which is the green micarta. So that's what do we want? The giant mouse Ace. Oh, this is the other one I want. The Atelier. Oh, Phytonic says Pete's Pirate Life is live right now. Should we let's sneak over there really quick here. As I always hear, what do we call that? Field trip. Let's just go over to Pete's Pirate Life.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to buy anything, of course, but I'm broke. It's probably all going to sell out really quick.
That's always the crappy thing about some of these drops, man.
Oh, I know.
It's always on days that I can't get anything.
So I will say, though, honestly, this coin speaks to me. I'm kind of a gearhead. Cool. I enjoy motors. You know, obviously, I drive a Ford Raptor. I better appreciate.
I'm so jealous of that Raptor you got, man.
Got a 6.2 V8. Man, she hums. 410 rear end. Oh, the wrench. Okay, I did see this. It was Howard's wrench. This is the one I was thinking about. That's cool.
That is awesome.
So my father's a huge pack rat. I shouldn't call him a pack rat. He's a collector. And we just built the new shed out there, and he's hanging all his old tools out there. This would be really cool to sneak in there. It's only $25. Oh, damn. If somebody buys that, I'll buy it from him. Although my dad would have no idea. I'd hang it in his shed. He would have no idea. $25 though. I wonder who's the only $75 for the coin too. Ooh.
Copper or brass?
This is like there's brass. A solid brass.
I can't tell.
Solid brass. Dang.
Yeah, see, I've had the one in brass and I had a copper one, and it sucks because I play with them. So obviously when you drop it, it's soft.
Yep.
Just nicks everywhere.
I was gonna say, but that's kind of part of it though. Did we just lose everything? Did it just go down and everything sell out? Nope. Okay. I clicked on the oil filter and went back to the main page. $30 for the calendar.
Yeah, I think they said the website's buggy.
I don't know. I feel like I'm missing out here. I think these just sold out here. The garage mats. Those are pretty cool. Those would be really sweet if you guys had some of those at the shop.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm a sucker for Pete's Pirate Life, and you start putting wrenches in there, and it's like I like it a lot. That's probably the most expensive thing too.
He definitely knows how to suck you in with some of the stuff he's doing.
He does. I don't know. I like
cool.
it.
Surprise stuff still up though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is nothing sold out yet? A $25 wrench? who's the OEM? That's my honest. Jade, it doesn't say. Well, site's up if everybody wants to hop on there. I'll drop in the link here. Before I want to spend more money, even though I'm going to go back to your website and want to spend more money.
It looks like Sid said it's $25 on your end. On mine, it's $35 for the wrench
no
and
kidding.
$130 for the coin. Jesus.
Oh, man.
Where are you at, Sid?
He's in Canada.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Which is weird because Peter McKinnon's from Canada. So you think it would be cheaper in Canada because that's where he is. Obviously, it must be shipping out of United States.
Yeah, I think I did see that it says it ships from here.
Ian says, I tried to get into the moto life thing, thought the Reeds were going to get me addicted to Pete's Pirate Life, ended up trading them to me. Yeah, I have Ian's Pete's Pirate Life, Moto Life ones. I like it. I think, to me, it's three things I love: photography, EDC, and engines. So for me, it's three things that I absolutely love. So I appreciate you, Ian, for letting me do that. Let me get those. 38 extra dollars for shipping. Wow. Do you guys ship to Canada on House of Blades?
We don't, man. I'm working on it. I've been trying to work on it with FedEx and UPS Ground, things like that. Just trying to see how we can get things through customs without having such an issue.
That's what I was going to ask. Yes. So customs seems like a pretty difficult thing.
And it's tricky. You know, I know people kind of have like tricks and things like, you know, if it's a big knife company, everything's disassembled or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of work for a small company like us, like, you know, to disassemble every knife and send it out that way.
Well, here's what we can do. Sid, if you want to buy something from House of Blades, use my code and I'll take that as my payment. You can send it to me. I will take it apart. You pay for the shipping and I'll send it over to you. I don't know how much that would cost.
Everyone's going to come to you for a proxy now.
I was just going to say, I just totally opened a whole can of worms. How would you have to do it? Because you would have to send the blade on its own and then the rest of everything else. I mean, isn't that really how it would work?
Yeah. I mean, so we're not 100% sure just because we haven't done it.
Right.
I do want to get with someone over there and hopefully do like a test order and just kind of keep it, you know, a controlled environment and just, hey, they purchase something, we send it to them. But the trick is trying to figure out what costs what. So for instance, when I send something to Washington from us, it's insane. You know, the shipping charges are crazy.
To Washington?
Whether it's,
Really?
And it's just, a little behind the scenes, you know, the way those things are kind of broken out is you kind of have zones of where you get your best rates. And then if you're outside of that zone, you're just, you know, SOL, I guess. But things just kind of get crazy. You know, some things can kind of end up costing us more money than we actually made off of something. So we do try and take certain situations into account. For instance, like if we shipped a sword, it's not that the sword's heavy, it's that the box is, you know,
so long.
Usually an unorthodox size or something like that, so that your carrier fees go up. And then let's go ahead and add it in that we're sending it to Puerto Rico. Well, I've just lost pretty much everything I made on that sword. You know, if you don't keep those things in check, they can get out of hand, and that's kind of where it gets crazy with international shipping.
Yeah, I believe that.
Make sure we do it right the first time.
And that's one thing I think people forget. You know, it's the product. You also have. I mean, you're a business. You have to make something off of it. Otherwise, you're not there to, you know, give people free stuff. Yes, they're buying the product. So you got to put that in perspective. I never thought about sending a sword, how long it would be. Obviously it's not going to fit in your mailbox, so you obviously has to go through UPS or, you know, I get all that, you know, and that makes sense. And I think people forget about that kind of part. Let's say, especially if you guys get into batch of Vero. Oh, are you guys getting any Veros?
So we're still working through our initial order. Joseph over there has been really awesome. When we met him at Blade Show Texas last year, and then kind of touched back with him again at Blade Show Atlanta. He sent us one of every model, so that was kind of the tricky thing, was
Oh,
putting it all on the site and then kind of splitting it between the store and us.
yeah.
And it's just, that's not a bad thing. It's just he has so many configurations, and typically how we would order multiples of the same model,
Yep.
but we probably would have been, probably like 500 pieces deep by the time we were done getting every single thing. So he kind of gave us a little bit of everything, but just those single knives. So
So
once we
what you're
work
saying
through,
is, as soon as they get on the site, people need to like snag them like right away because you might have a little more of a limited
yeah,
quantity. You'll have everything,
yeah,
but they better snag it first.
yeah. So I think we have a few Synapse XLs, and the what is it? Impulse Thin. I think it's the
Okay.
Impulse Thin that we have left. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping to get with him and get some of the fixed blades because his fixed blades look amazing.
They do.
And then the chef knives. We have a big kitchen cutlery side in the main store,
Okay.
as well as online. I mean, we sell all the kitchen cutlery online, so I think those would be a really good fit. Um, for instance, we just added Benchmade's cutlery line to
I was just about
the
to pull that
website.
up.
Yeah, and those are awesome. I love their sets. I do think they're a little pricey, so unless you're like a really passionate about cooking, I don't know if you would spend that much for a whole set. But who knows? It's Christmas. Why not?
Well, I would say I cook a lot. I mean, if you see the shirt on the back here, this is a swinging, coffee drinking, grilling sweatshirt that me and High Tide. I'm sorry, not High Tide. I'm all messed up. Me and Tony from High Class Prums collabed with it, and it's all about cooking. Chef Rocky's in here. He said chef knives, so he knows what we're talking about. We spend all this money for a knife that we put in our pocket. You know, ripping open boxes from Amazon. You can do that with a fork. Why would you
Yeah,
not spend the money on something you cook your food, you prepare it with? It's something you can ruin a tomato with a dull knife. Obviously, we've seen what a good knife will do. So it makes me curious why we don't spend more money on on a nice chef knife. I mean, I $425 is really not that bad when you think about what we put in our pocket and get all gunked up and stuff.
yeah,
Ooh,
and it's cool. With these knife companies getting into um, cutlery and stuff like that,
yeah.
it's cool to see them using my car Richlight G10, just because it kind of breaks away from that traditional stamped handle
Yep.
that most people are doing. It's whatever material, like the Fibrox from Victorinox or something, and it just kind of gives you some style on your chef knives.
Oh
So
yeah. I mean,
um,
I'm kind of a showy kind of guy. I've never been a showy kind of guy. But if somebody walks into my kitchen and I've got a really cool appliance, I want people to see that. Like, I wish my wife would let me buy a nice coffee maker that looked really cool in my kitchen. That may sound extremely vain, maybe, of to say, but how cool would it be? Like my friends, I like all my friends down here. I'm in southern Minnesota. We're all farmers, and anybody who sees Benchmade is like, yes. You show them a Chavez, and they're like, I have no idea what that is. I show them a Vero, they have no idea what that is. I show them a Giant Mouse, they have no idea what that is. We here in the community know what it is, but a Benchmade, they see that, they're all about it. Can you imagine what my friends would say if they saw this group of chef knives sitting in my kitchen? They would be pretty tickled pink, I think.
yeah, I like the OD green ones. Those are really nice.
That's what I'm looking at. And I like those too. And the price really isn't that wrong when you think about what it is. $1,100. You price that out individually for premium steels. I mean, like you were saying, the handle. The handle is something that the Victorinox. I'm going to call it plastic. I mean, my chef knives that I've got are from Damn Designs. I love them. They're really nice. So they're the first chef knives that I've gotten into. So I'm kind of staring into looking at some of these more chef knives, and I don't know. You got me kind of thinking here.
Yeah, and so before I was at House of Blades, I was a chef over at the Renaissance Worthington downtown. So
Did not
I
know
cooked
this.
for about 6 years. Um, Line cook, banquet cook. So for banquets, we would host weddings and corporate events, things like that. So you're cooking for a lot of people.
Yep.
And then you're kind of, at the end of the day, you're kind of like a little show chef, slicing meat, things like that. You're just kind of serving people. So I had two sets of knives. I had my beater knives, which were my Victorinox Fibrox, crappy handles. They got dinged up. People would take them and throw them around, throw them in the dishwasher. I don't recommend throwing your knives in the dishwasher, but
No.
it was a beater set, so I didn't really care. And then I had some forged steel Victorinox, the rosewood handles, and
Ooh.
those, I would take out whenever we were presenting or something inside the actual event, and it just kind of added more to the display and things like that.
I
So
like that.
those didn't really see any work, but yeah, it was awesome. It was a good experience. The hours are crazy. I wouldn't recommend doing that ever again, which is kind of how I ended up at House of Blades. But it was still a good experience for me to have. So anytime I get a chance to jump on the kitchen side, I
Yeah.
always do.
So would you say that's what kind of got you into knives? I mean, it sounds like you've always been
Uh,
really into knives, but would you say that's maybe where it kind of sparked your interest?
Man, I I would say yes, and I would kind of say no. So
Okay.
was I was doing that, and the hours were crazy. It was definitely more of a family move when I was ready to get out of it. Just from that was like a 10. We would do like an 8 a.m. shift to maybe like 10 at night, and then you
Ooh,
still have to stay there for an extra 2 hours to clean up the kitchen, things like that. So it was like 4 days on, 3 days off. Sometimes that's not that bad. But it's a demanding job, the prep,
sounds
the
like it.
the craziness of orders coming in and always kind of being there. And it's a hotel, so obviously we would cook for guests in the kitchen. It was an open kitchen concept; they could see everything we were doing, and then we would also cook for room service in the hotel. So 500 room hotel, you got kind of
Wow.
busy.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Um,
sounds super demanding. What a
yeah.
perfect spot to show off a
So
knife, though. I mean, Benchmade would be like, "Hey, you guys have an
yeah,
open kitchen. Let me put my knife in there." I mean, that's cool.
yeah,
Who did I
yeah,
see?
yeah, yeah. And it was cool.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I throw all my knives in the cement mixer,
Yeah,
Ian.
I was just reading that.
Um,
Ian.
Yeah, no. So after that, I was just kind of wanting to change it up. It's been being able to spend more time with the family, and I had a friend that was at the House of Blades that was able to kind of entice me to go over there. But we were going through an interview process, so I was kind of waiting to transition out, and I was helping out in the receiving area just to kind of
Okay.
take a break from the kitchen. And believe it or not, I look over and I see a Gerber box knife kind of sitting up on the shelf where I'm putting up product. I guess
Okay.
one of the workers had left it there or something like that. I asked around and it didn't belong to anybody or no one claimed it. And I picked it up. So technically, this
You
would
still
be the
have it.
first knife. Yeah,
Ah.
it's like a little money clip Gerber,
Yep.
and I mean the blade is just beat up. I probably need to replace that thing, but I tossed it in the pocket and I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Then started working at House of Blades maybe like 3 weeks later, and yeah, I think the knife obsession just kind of grew from there during that COVID
Yep.
um, time frame.
So
Because my main job was just to enter product.
you've been at House of Blades for then it's safe to say three, almost going on 4 years.
4 years, yeah, four
Nice. Okay.
years last October, yeah.
Nice.
So there for a long time, man. But yeah,
Nice.
I think the obsession just grew because of being. I was entering their product information, so I
Okay.
didn't know anything about knives. Kind of doing my research, start watching Ben and Zach over on YouTube, going down the rabbit hole, Metal Complex,
Yep. Yep.
Ron, EDM, and then before I knew it, I'm so deep down the rabbit hole, and that's just
Yep.
kind of where I picked everything up from.
That it is a huge rabbit hole. Once you get into YouTube, watching guys like, I'll be honest with you, I watched Ben all the time. I mean, I couldn't tell you how. I actually was just watching him yesterday from a video of him interviewing with Jesper Voxnys, just watching him talk about stuff, and it's cool. So it's a rabbit hole. Now I couldn't imagine what it'd be like working where you work and seeing these knives. Which reminds me, you said you might have brought some knives that you wanted to show off here?
Yeah, I brought some knives from the shop.
Yeah. I'm excited to
So
see what you got
just a
because
couple.
I'm all about seeing new knives, seeing knives that I don't have yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to take any of the Chris Reeves knives that we got in. But you know, if you guys are looking for some Incosies with Insingo blades, Magna Cut, those are there. But yeah, I brought
Ooh,
the ZT 0350 Tiger Stripe. This
okay.
one's in Magna Cut, so we were able. I think you can see Magna Cut on there.
What does it say in
You
the?
know,
There's
ZT
some
had
little lettering.
Kin Onion design.
Oh, nice.
Magna
Okay.
Cut. So they're just putting just putting the maker and stuff on there. Oh, sorry.
I like when they do that stuff,
hand
even though
comes
it gets
off.
scraped off.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a big fan of like recurves on the blade, just because when I'm sharpening, I never touch these areas, and then before I know it, the blade's all wonky and stuff. It definitely takes a skillful person to sharpen
Yeah,
those. Yeah,
I'm gonna send
I
this down
love
to
that
you when I
knife.
need it.
I love that knife, man. But yeah, that recurve kind of is the reason I never picked it up. And then I brought the Kira Knight Jack Wolf
Nice.
knives after hours,
That is so
and
good
yeah,
looking.
I picked the perfect one, man, because it's got black kind of running all the way through it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that green too. That man, I like that. Show that off a little bit more. Let me drool a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah. And man, I love his pocket clips. So you know, the last time we got these in, oh, fail on that one. But last time we got a locking blade from Jack Wolf Knives, they flew off the shelf. I mean,
The
they
gunslinger.
were gone probably. Yeah, the gunslinger is probably gone in about 5 6 minutes. I think we held on to the pink for a little bit, but you know, eventually those were gone as well. So
Oh
his
man,
second locking knife, I'm personally not a huge fan of the like Warrenclyffe kind of
I wouldn't even
8 foot
care
blade. I guess you know. I
for
know.
that knife. I wouldn't even care.
Yeah, but on this
I
one,
mean,
yeah, it's so smooth. And then he did some
wow.
green,
His
on the back.
that backliner, it's so smooth. What? So I don't own a Jack Wolf, but I had my hands on one. And it's he does such a good job with the machining. Like it's so seamless. Like it's I don't know. I'm looking at that one and I'm drooling right now. Are those on the site?
They're on the site to join for the wait list. The drop
Okay,
is December 15th.
December
It
15th.
should be a
Okay.
Friday if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So you guys have 1 month to save
Um,
your money to get those. Be on there on the 15th because those will not last long at all.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
That's
or a week, right? Yeah. Yeah, you have a week. um,
we're not.
but yeah,
I thought we
no,
were in November.
they
Man,
did
I'm
a
way off.
frost, fat carbon frost, purple haze, um, what was it? Tight all DLC titanium, so it's blacked out. That one's nice. I should have brought that one for you, but I'm really just kind
That's
of crushing
me.
on this the
Although
green
I'm
one.
crushed on the color of that, though. Green, orange, they're both very. I'm more of an orange guy. I wish he would do more orange stuff, but that green looks
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good. Hey,
yeah.
Tri-State
And Vin's
EDC
cool,
just hooked
man.
us up in here. What's going on, Tri-State?
What's up, man? Yeah, actually, I've been watching his lives for a while, and I
Uh
finally
huh.
membered up with him.
I've
I
been
love his
watching his
intros,
stuff for
man. He's
sure
always
a lot. I mean, especially now that he's going
yeah,
live more often. I feel like I'm watching him more because he's on more often.
yeah, yeah. I love his. I said intros, but what are they like? I guess you're like waiting graphic.
Yeah.
He had
Yep.
like a video game character kind of waiting at a safe point, and then like the last one was like the DeLorean.
Oh
Um,
yes.
I I love that stuff. Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies,
Same
man.
here.
I love the
Same
entire
here.
trilogy. So,
My go-to.
but
Like
yes,
so that Jack Wolf and that ZT looked really good. Is that's been around for a while though, right?
yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. So ZT, you know, being the American version of Kershaw, or Kai, you know, they kind of own all those. They have some really good quality knives, but they just haven't come out with anything crazy new.
No, they
So it's
haven't.
just kind of yeah, just older models, just kind of with a revamp and things like that. But yeah, and then Tri-State, I aim to please, dude.
He's doing a good job. And
Yeah, you're doing a great job, man.
you're making it harder for people like me to keep up. I mean, I didn't even do an intro today. We just kind of just hopped on live. I didn't even do an intro today. I don't even have an outro going. I've been so busy with my real paying job, because obviously this is just for fun. I just enjoy doing it. And I like hanging out. Like, this is perfect. I love hanging out, talking to you, and you're showing off some new stuff. And I like, if everybody's watching, you get to see, they get to see what you got here. So this is, to me, this is just all fun for me.
Yeah. Same, right back at you. The day-to-day duties kind of take up most of my time, but I've really been like doing the lives and stuff like that, just kind of chatting with everyone. But the last one I brought is going to be the CDC Salem. We just got these in. Luke from CDC actually hit the shop up and did a video, a little shop tour. I wasn't there, man. He came on the weekend, and I was kind of getting some rest before we start this crazy holiday schedule that we're working. And yeah, so he dropped that off for me. I just fidget with this thing constantly, but S35 and then the titanium. I mean, the back side of the knife for me, I think it's awesome.
Ooh, yeah,
I
agree.
They added on there.
I'm looking at that blade.
So,
I've got the website up, and that blade is just, wow. You got jimping in the back, jimping in the front. You got a flipper tab. Oof, that's a nice looking knife.
Maybe for being like a little bit of a hot spot or something, but it's not like hinder. I could rub my finger here all day and probably not have anything, and no callus buildup or anything like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
How does the back feel? You said about the hot spot. It looks very squared off back there.
No, yeah, not at all. I mean, it's pretty comfortable in my hand. Got a little bit left over.
I'm kind of comparing it to the Big Eye or Pete's Pirate Life, how squared off that is, and it doesn't bother me any.
Yeah, so pretty much the exact same thing you would think that it would, but no. I mean, they did a good job on these. And then the pocket clip.
Yeah, that's nice.
Clip.
So normally I am a fan of the deep carry pocket clip, but these milled ones, they look good. I don't know. If it's a milled clip like that, it doesn't have to be deep pocket because it looks smooth. And I probably wouldn't put a lanyard on there. Oh, I think we lost you. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's see if we can get him back here. Uh-oh. Let's see. Well, I go ahead and get him here. Chris Valdez, I hereby commit to pick up a Purple Haze after hours if you will put my name on it. Uh-oh. I got to get Chris back on here. I don't know what happened to him. We lost him. Let's see if we can get him back here. Chris, did we lose you? Uh-oh. I can't hear him, but he's there. Let's see if we can get it back here. I got you. There you are.
Okay, cool.
Oh, there you are. Lost you for a second, but you're back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This guy scared me, man. I was like, oh, what did I touch? Oh my God, I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about we were talking about this. We were talking about the CDC knife. We were talking about kind of the hot spot in the back. You were kind of telling me about that.
Oh yeah. No, man. Yeah, what I was thinking is that it would be kind of an issue, but not at all.
I like the way it looks. I do. Oh, and then we were talking about the pocket clip.
Yeah.
I like that blade too. I go back over here and show everybody that blade here.
Yeah. Just
who is the OEM of these? Do we know?
They shared it with me, but I'm not 100% sure.
Because I know, weren't they working with QSP for a while, but this doesn't look like a QSP.
Yeah. Yeah, they were
like
doing.
that,
I think one of them was QSP.
It's got a very Chavez-esque jimping going up on the top of there. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Yeah. Let's see. I think, because I remember I had it written down somewhere who was doing those. Yeah, but I probably won't be able to find it. I message those guys all the time.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah, your code works on these too. If anyone's looking to pick some up. I have
Code
the Chicago
Barbarian,
as well.
10% off. It's not a bad price. $140 for that. Premium steels, I guess, in my opinion. You got titanium. Good knife. I don't know if I'm really. I like the sprinkles. I wish I could be more into it. So if they make a blacked out version of that, I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. So the Chicago I got in blacked out sprinkled scales,
Ooh, okay.
just to kind of be a little bit for everybody. You know, if you like the donut stuff, you like it colorful, pick this one up. If you like the all black, the blacked out neutral colors, you can go ahead and still pick up a Chicago from them.
See, I think that's where I would be more in. Although I got nothing against pink, I got nothing against the purples and all that. It's just not me, which is I wish I was more into it. But what about like some black frosting with maybe orange sprinkles? If if they hear anything from me, I want that one. A black with orange sprinkles.
Yeah, if Luke's in here, man, maybe we can do something exclusive with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, try and stay in their theme. But yeah, I'm not. You know, I don't have anything against the donut stuff.
Oh, I like it. I
You know,
just
I think to each their own. But like you
oh
said,
yeah.
it's not my style. It's black or red. Those are typically the ones I stick with. Or just all titanium, which is
Yeah.
why I think I really love the knife whenever I'm looking at it from the back. But you know, whatever, a little pop of color. It
Yep.
was really nice of these guys to hook me up with one, and it's smooth. So
I think
they did a good job.
what appeals to me, just in the fact because they're such good guys, it's more the support of them and what they stand behind. I think they have a lot of the same morals. They're part of the community. So I think for me, it's not so much the donut, it's not the frosting. It's more of just like supporting them. Honestly, I think that's what I like more about it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. And you know, Luke and Drew are really cool. I try and hop in their lives when I can without getting in trouble at work.
I suppose you're
But yeah,
working a
man,
lot.
yeah, they're always doing fun stuff. Um, and you know, typically we don't bring in new brands at the end of the year. We're just trying to get through Christmas, trying to stay stocked up for the holidays.
Yep.
Um, but I made an exception for these guys, and not just because of how great they are, but you know, they had a quality product, and you know, obviously they came to show it off. They had a good presentation with us and everything, so why not pick them up?
Yeah, I'm glad you did because they're becoming a big part of the community, and like you said, it looks like quality. In my opinion, like I said, I've never held one though, but quality wise, I mean, materials with what you're holding on there, the acoustics. Go ahead and flip it out again. It sounded clean to me.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's got a nice one, man.
little ting at
Drop
the end.
shotty. Yeah. So really good, decent detent. I mean, it's not gonna fly open in your pocket or anything.
What's
But
the
yeah,
pocket clip?
uh,
So obviously, since it's milled, the Chavez one, this is a pain in the butt. Anybody that has a Chavez knows that it's so difficult to get in and out of the pocket versus something like the paper clip where it slides in and out.
yeah, and it's not crazy. I mean, I can. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to move my. You can pretty much lift it, but the way that it's rounded, it's really smooth, so it actually just kind of slides in, slides out without tearing your jeans up.
Okay, it actually looks really similar to the Chavez. A little
Sorry,
shorter.
I'm
Okay, a
trying
little
to.
shorter. But the idea is there. Okay. Yeah, they actually they're I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what that does? That's giving me some Chavez vibes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Sound off in the
They're
chat. What do you guys
really.
think? Is this similar? They might have just appealed that even more to me. Now I'm more interested in it now after seeing that. Uh,
Bones. I have the CDC fixed blade.
I saw that
I didn't even
neon
know they
green
had a
and
fixed blade,
purple.
man.
I Are you a fixed blade or a folder? Would you rather carry a fixed blade or a folder?
I don't have any fixed blades
You
in the
don't?
collection whatsoever. No,
Oh,
I was supposed to pick up. I was gonna pick up my first one. I'm still kind of waiting on it because Christmas.
okay. Yep.
Um, but I'm just kind of I don't want to get the wrong one because if I do, it could possibly ruin that entire thing for me, man. And just because I'm already not a huge fan of them, like I
Yep.
don't gravitate towards them.
Okay.
So, you know, I got into small knives. You know, it was
Okay.
a mini Griptilian when I got it, um, which was great. You know, it was a great knife, but it was kind of too small for me. And eventually, when I started playing with other knives, Chris Reeve, things like that, Bigger knives were actually kind of my thing. So I've got a
Yep.
full grip, full size grip,
That's the one I
and
would go after.
yeah, I'm actually kind of so I bought this one for my grandfather as a birthday gift, and then he passed, but
Okay.
I got it back, which is great. You know, I love having it in the collection to remind me of him. But
I was gonna say
I just
that's
love
one you
bigger
can't get rid
knives.
of.
Yeah, and I love having that extra space in the back. Same thing with the Umnumzon and the Chavez. You know, they're not too small, and I still
Yep.
have some room. So I think that's kind of why I gravitate towards the Koenig Arius or the Umnumzon, the full size grip, things like that.
I think the only
So
downfall with that knife is the pocket clip. Did you get the deep carry on that
oh,
grip, or did you? Is it
yeah,
still the?
no, yeah. So it came with a deep
Okay, it
carry.
did come with that one. I thought it came with
Yeah.
the. I call it the wiener one. It looks very wiener
Oh,
esque.
the split arrow or the arrow clip. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like those.
because that's what came with this one, and I didn't carry this until I swapped it out. I went straight to Benchmade's website and said I need the deep carry pocket clip. So the grip does come with that one. Okay, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah. Who makes the CDC knives? Might be Riot. I don't think it's Riot. I do know they use QSP, and they did tell me it was someone else.
Okay,
I just don't know the OEM.
Riot is honestly they're probably one of the biggest companies because both these two knives are made by Riot in my hand,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, even the beer bomb. You know,
yeah,
they're
I was gonna say
doing
that's
good
made by
stuff.
Riot. Yep, they're big, and we don't even realize how much they make. A lot of knives. I could probably go up and pull up your website and skim through here. Well, maybe not your website. You guys have a lot of. I'm gonna say more of American brands. Do you guys lean towards a
Uh,
certain way, or how do you guys order your
no.
knives?
So we do carry Riot sometimes, but so with companies overseas, there's a you have to pay tariffs on everything, man.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
obviously, once everything's said and done, you know, I feel like that's some things people don't see on the back end, which is
Hmm.
obviously why we love doing this. So
Hmm.
you can kind of get a picture of kind of what we do on our end. Because you pay those fees, it's either you find a way to recoup them or you kind of take a hit on them, which for the
Okay.
most part, most companies will take a hit. Um, but sometimes it's just not feasible, you know? So you end up having to kind of pass that cost along. And it just, as far as perception, it doesn't look great because you can't go on and say, like, hey, well, we paid way more than anyone else does because we're a small company. I can't order a bazillion and get free shipping
Right.
for them to eat the cost. So, um, or tariffs, things like that. But like companies like you know, we don't. That's not something we deal with them and Kaiser as well. It's just those that they definitely make it a lot easier for smaller companies to kind of get their products.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
we carry everything. You know, we don't have a specific. We don't want to just do all USA made things because everybody loves a variety of
Oh
things.
yeah, I'm that way. I used to be like that's why I wanted Benchmade when I first kind of broadened my way into the EDC. I wanted all American. I had to have all American, but I've really changed over the last. I would just say just the last year. Like it does not have to be all American anymore. I like to support the idea, but I think the Chavez is actually probably what changed it. When I realized that this was, this is made from Riot. It really opened my eyes. Like I like all their knives. I really do.
Yeah, and so for instance, like Tom from Notorious, great
Yeah,
guy. I love his stuff. You know, it was a Grail at one point, and I paid way over market to get one.
same here.
But I want to support him.
Yep.
I've never been too concerned where things are made. I'm buying things to support the maker that I like,
Yep.
and they have to do things their way to get their products made and things like that. But I also support American makers as well with
Yes.
Chris Reeve,
Yep.
and then obviously Nice Guy Machine Co. He does all his stuff here in America as well. I love Nice Guy stuff. Um, I have a pry bar from him and things
I
like
was just
that.
going to ask, do you have his
So
pry bar? I've been itching to get one.
yeah, I want to get um, the side piece. I was hoping to hit last Monday for those, but I've been taking L's on drops. So no special treatment or anything like that over here. But I love his stuff. And yeah, so I think as long as you add a good mixture, you can definitely
Yeah.
support American
Oh yeah.
makers and jobs and things like that, as well as support the makers that obviously make things elsewhere. And same thing with Ben. I love Ben, and I think the Lander 2 was made by QSP.
Okay. That makes sense why
And
it's
I
so
don't feel like it.
smooth.
Yeah, I don't feel like it takes away from it.
No.
David over at QSP is a cool guy as well, and they do good stuff. So I think the lines are definitely blurring between the quality of these knives with certain brands. They make
Oh,
good stuff. So
Tristate said Kaiser did the Lander.
Kaiser
Lander
did the
2,
original
at
Lander,
least.
right?
I
Oh,
think
did
the
Kaiser do the
original
Lander too?
one
Oh, sorry.
was. Now I'm backwards.
Okay, maybe I got it messed up. Lander 2 is Kaiser.
Okay.
So who did?
Who did the first one? Now I'm not sure.
Yeah,
thought
I
it was
don't know because
QSP too.
we were talking about doing scales for the Lander 2, and I think QSP is still doing the scales.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I'm confused.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sid
so I think
says
they're right.
Ben
Yeah, it is the
mentioned.
clutch lock. It's Kaiser.
Yep. Kaiser did the Lander
Yeah.
2 with the clutch lock, is what everybody's saying, which is right. So, but then who did the first one? That's what I'm curious now. Not that it matters. I mean, it's a great knife. I mean, we've seen what that thing can take.
Yeah, and I traded mine to Mikey.
That's right. What did you get in return?
Man, I don't have it on me. He traded me a red Big Idea design pin with
Oh,
a
nice. Okay.
Damascus bolt. So it kind of goes with the red beer bomb.
Yeah. You got that red loadout, which, you were
Yeah.
talking about a fixed blade, and I don't want to steer you the wrong way, but SE makes a red fixed blade. I think the Azula comes in red, and you guys just got the SE3. Doesn't that come in red too?
Yeah. So we don't have a red one in the store, but
Okay.
yeah, I believe they do all of those. They did some weird G10 ones as well, which I think had red and black in it, but I didn't like that kind of. I don't know how I would describe it. When you're looking at one of those images and you stare at it long enough and it starts to kind of move on you.
Yep.
Those optical illusion things.
Yep.
Yeah, they did something like that, and I definitely didn't like it.
Okay. So I can go with that. I mean,
But yeah,
I just like carrying an SE fixed blade, and I'm trying to get you into it. I'm gonna get you by the end of 2024. You're gonna be carrying a fixed blade at least 50% of the time. This is my new goal, starting right now, to get you into a fixed blade. Now, the Azula is not that expensive, and that's what's kind of, I'll be honest with you, kind of started me into fixed blades. It's a good size.
yeah. And I looked at the Benchmade Puko.
Oh yeah.
There was that one. I don't think I liked the leather sheath that came in it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of all over the place, man. Just not that it would completely ruin fixed blades for me, but obviously I don't carry small knives anymore.
Yeah.
And I think I just realized that I didn't like it. So,
and that's one thing you give up with if you're going to EDC a fixed blade. I don't have one in front of me, mine are behind me, but you're going to give up size. So as far as obviously you're going to carry, I don't know what the Azula is, like this big. You're gonna have it in your pocket if you carry it in your pocket. You got to have a good sheath with it, which High Tide, you gotta work with us here. You gotta get me a in the pocket sheath, and I think that would maybe steer you the right way, because I guess like I said, you're gonna give up some size. I'm looking at the let me grab my fixed blade here really quick.
oh yeah, you're all good. See what these guys are talking about in the chat. Yeah, guys, my bad for misspeaking. Like I said, we were talking to Ben about possibly doing some different things on the Lander 2 when they came out, and I was pretty sure he said something about QSP, but maybe that was just on the scales when we were trying to change them up. So
Yeah, I can't find my Azula, but I found my Nesmi, because the Nesmi's been on my radar for a while, and I've been carrying it for a bit. But the Nesmi is very similar in size. I mean, it is a little short,
yeah,
but you're going to give up on size. But for a fixed blade, that's not too bad. I don't like the sheath. I'm not sold on it. I don't like how you have to carry it. If it was a scout carry, maybe it'd be better. But that's where I think in the pocket sheath, this is the perfect size. Think about it. Think about it.
Yeah. I like my brother's Pirate Life fixed blade.
Oh yes.
I
Yep.
sharpen it for him every now and then.
Okay.
I wonder if I missed out on those. Those would have been pretty cool. Maybe to try that out.
I think Brady West was selling his. If you want one, I think he's selling the. I think it's the naked one, the skeletonized one. Broke AZ Knife says a small neck knife is great intro into fixies. Okay, it's fashionable accessory. It's a fashion accessory for box.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I don't think I can do the neck knives personally. The Azula is a great and, in my opinion, underappreciated knife with the EDC community. Yes, they also have the Azula with a premium steel, or not premium, but an S30VN, I think, is one of them, and then mine is the 440, I think. We're gonna get you into one. Ooh, the Griffin Scout 2.5. There you go.
Yeah, the Scout would be a good one.
That would be a good one.
I do see those. Those are nice. Keith is really cool over there, and we should be getting some of that stuff back in stock. So I should probably check those out.
The Griffin Co. And what's the? You guys have a fixed blade that I've been seeing a lot of people carry. I don't know. I'm not trying to get you on this whole fixed blade, but it's going to happen. I think by the end of 2024, I'm going to see you carrying a fixed blade. Guardian, Bradford Guardian. There we go.
Oh, the Guardians. Yeah, the Bradford knives are pretty cool. I do like those, and they're actually really good price. I think I'm more into the 3.5s.
Okay.
Pretty cool. But and then we didn't have, so they had the textured G10, and I didn't like the way that felt in the hand.
Okay.
They're kind of like pyramids, I guess. Some little triangle cutouts on there.
The 4, you mean?
So no, they just started doing. So right there, the 3.5.
Oh, I should have picked the black one, but I chose the other one. Internet's going a little slow. Bear with me. So you're behind it. I'm here. Ooh, not bad. Yeah. $180. Ooh, that's got the same blade as this.
Yeah, sheep's foot on there.
Yeah,
those feel really good
similar.
in hand. I didn't necessarily like the natural micarta and stuff, but
yeah, I'd rip out that black right away.
Of different things. Yeah, some black micarta.
There's the black one. Yeah, the black micarta M390. I don't know if I'm digging that though. I don't know, that sheep foot on there. I don't know. It's more too butter knife looky because it's a fixed blade. It's almost too butter knifey.
Yeah. Well, and their sheaths, I like their sheaths as well. But yeah, it's kind of like you said. Like Scout Carry would definitely be one, which I think they do have a few that might be like that. But we have attachments and things to kind of turn it into a Scout Carry or horizontal, whichever one you really want.
See, what I tried to make this one into my Nesme. I tried to make it into a pocket one, and you can see the holes here. I attached my Alti clip, so it was backwards in the pocket, but I wanted to try it out. It was just too fat. That's the only problem. Because I want to wear an in the pocket fixed blade, and an Alti clip would have been great. I thought about adding it here, but then I'd be scratching out the blade with the screws. But that was my attempt, and I carried it, and the size wasn't bad. It was too thick because I carried it in my right pocket, and that's where my phone goes. So I kind of I don't know. That's I don't know. I don't know. I want to try it out, and that was my attempt, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why I like the Bilgewater blades we just brought in. They're customs now, but we are carrying his production knives. He's got an in the pocket sheath on his customs.
Yes, I wanted to look at those.
Yeah, they have the clip and stuff, so I really like those.
Do you guys actually still have some left?
Yeah. So we have some in store, and I think we have 2 or 3 on the website still.
Okay, I'm surprised because I'm surprised those lasted at all.
Yeah, I mean, they are semi-custom or customs, depending on how you want to, go about it. I put custom on the site because they are his customs, but he does get some of the work done. He does all the hand finishing himself, but, maybe the blades are cut out on, the water jet or something.
They are stunning. And that's why I talked about that deep carry pocket clip in there like that. That appeals to me right here. This appeals to me. You should pocket one of those. See what you think of that.
Yeah, I did. I tossed that one in the pocket. That one's really cool. When we were taking photos of that, but the copper flakes that he put in that hybrid maple,
It looks really
really
good.
yeah.
Only $400.
the
I mean,
Texas
what's
pin.
the Guardian? The Guardian's like in that price range. But then, if you want to get a
170,
different
yeah.
sheath, you're paying for an extra sheath. If you went to like Oak City Leather, this pays for itself. Just having the sheath right out of the pocket, right out of the box, I should say.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah, definitely. And his buddy does all the leather work and stuff. So handmade leather, handmade fixed blade for the most part. It's just really nice. So that would definitely be one that would pique my interest. But do I really want to start my fixed blade collection off with a $400 knife? You know what I mean?
That's why I say the SA Azula is not that expensive. I think that's what kind of started my fixed blade, like actually carrying it because of the price. I don't know. You might as well though if you're gonna have it. You can always sell it on, again if you decide you don't want it. I'm sure somebody would pick it up pretty quick.
Yeah. What's up, Mikey? I just saw his Waka Pow.
Oh, Waka
in the
Pow,
chat.
Mikey in the house. Rob Nice here. Hey, I missed you. Thanks for welcome. Man, who else do we miss here? Oh, Stacy's in the house too. Wow, I missed a few. Oh, Renee Ramon. I saw Luke's from CDC site. His Boker Davlin yesterday on his site, and one is I would like to try out the Granted Chavez fixed blade. Oh, a Chavez fixed blade. There's an idea for you. Those are custom though for sure.
But see what do I do with that thing? I'm losing knives here.
Hey, I'm gonna let you chat really quick. I'm gonna check something out. I'll be right back. I'll let you show off some knives here, and I'll be right back.
Sure. Yeah, you're all good. Mikey with Code Barbarian gets you 10% off at HOB. Yep. Mikey's got a code as well. Drop that in there. There's a lot of codes out there, guys. So if you pick your favorite YouTuber, get their code, save you 10% on the site. But yeah, sorry guys, I've never done this by myself. Stacy, how you doing? Rob, I ordered a Protect Malibu from HOB and it showed up so fast. Thanks for the prompt shipping. Yeah, man. If you guys order through us, just so everybody kind of has behind the scenes look, we ship same day. We're a small company, and as much as we would love to be some of the big giants out there, right now it's not who we are, what we are. But if you order with us, we will make sure that everything ships out that same day. Before 3:00, we have 2 mail pickups just to make sure everything gets sent out. But yeah, usually it's 90% same day. If not, we're going to ship it that following morning at 10 a.m. Make sure you guys get your stuff fast, because I personally, when I order something, I am sitting near the mailbox kind of waiting for everything to come in.
Mailman was pounding at my door. I got a package, so I don't know what it was about. He was aggressive. That was the first time, and mailman's ever been aggressive at the door. Usually it's the really slight knock, and then they run. So I thought maybe it was important, but it was just the mailman.
They make you sign for the package?
Yeah.
It's just a drop off.
No, they made me sign for something. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it's something for me. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Let's see. Sid, I'm sure PPL will most likely do another fixed drop. His fix seemed to be more popular than the flipper. Yeah.
I like his flipper though. I personally do like that one. It's so hard to tell
if makers would, kind of revisit the fixed blade or the knives again, just because they sold out. You know what I mean? And maybe if you did a second drop, those would sell out as well. But eventually, at what point do you kind of just sit on inventory because everybody has one?
Exactly. The like Giant Mouse, like the Ace Grand and all that stuff, they made like, what was it, 400, and they'll never go back to it. Like that's what Jesper said the other day. He's like, they'll make those and they'll never go back to it. So once they're out, they're out. So I kind of
Yeah.
like the idea of that. So if he went back to a flipper, I would like to see something different because he had that the traditional one too. I don't have that one, but he made a traditional one. I'd like to see him do more of a no I don't know, something a little different that we haven't seen out there.
Our photographer Susan at House of Blades, she actually entered the lotto and got lucky and got that traditional knife
Really?
with the wooden case and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, she got him to sign it.
Oh, even better.
So
Have
yeah,
you?
it was really cool to meet him. He's such a nice guy.
How tall is he?
Oh, dude, well, I'm like 5'5", 5'6",
Okay.
and he towered over me.
I bet.
I felt even smaller than I already do. So
He's such
yeah,
a big tall person, and I would have never guessed that. I mean, he's just I had no idea he was that big until I started seeing pictures of people with him. I was like, that guy's a pretty tall person next to Peter McKinnon. He's short.
yeah, yeah. I think Ron and Brandon had some shots with him and stuff. So they also kind of said the same thing. He's a tall guy, man.
I think when Ron did it, he had his camera like way back here, kind of like making himself little less short looking. And that's what I would be doing. I'm not the tallest person, so I'm only 7 foot over here. Speaking of, I'm looking on the Pete's Pirate Life page right now. It's still up.
All that stuff is up.
It's still up.
That there was a problem with the site, so I wonder if it was so buggy that people just couldn't check out.
Maybe, but like the garage mats are still there, but everything else is still up. Makes me curious. Yeah, I think if somebody wants to get on there, you could probably get yourself a Peter McKinnon coin or something, which is weird. Wow. Okay. I personally can't afford it.
I'm 5'11", and he towered slightly over me. One of his videos he was filming was outside my town. He was in a rush. Sorry, my chat moved on me.
Oh, you're reading Sid's here. Yeah, he was tall. I'm 5'11". He was towered over slightly. Okay, yeah. I think Sid was telling me the other day he was filming in an area where Peter McKinnon was.
Yeah, it's looked like that's what he threw in there, which is crazy, man. I would be like, oh, it's like seeing a film star.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my God.
I don't know if I would be more excited to see like Peter McKinnon or like Ben Banters, somebody like that, over seeing like a famous movie star. I don't know where I'd be more starstruck, honestly, which is weird to say.
I think that is kind of the thing, though. I watch more YouTube than I do.
Same here.
Like movies or TV shows. So I think, eventually your YouTubers become your celebrities, because that's kind of how I met Brandon.
Okay.
He was at Blade Show Texas, and I'm fangirling because I see him running around, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Everyday Minimalist. And my coworker is just like, go talk to him, just go say hello. Hey, I'm a big fan. And I was like, oh, absolutely not. Why would I do that?
Yep. Which obviously a good thing you did.
So I didn't. He actually came by the booth and was checking out a knife we had. And I just finally was like, hey, man, I'm such a big fan. I gave him a patch and a T-shirt, I think.
Oh, nice.
And then he kind of did the same thing. He's like, hey, anybody who recognizes me, you get his V1 patch.
Oh, man.
And, yeah, it's cool to have that in the collection. And yeah, after that, man, he just kind of reached out and we kind of went from there. So it was really cool to kind of turn that fangirl moment into a relationship with him. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
Hopefully you get my package back in the mail here soon. I sent you a few stickers and patches out to you.
Oh yeah, man,
what I have left.
It's gonna look cool. Hopefully that I can throw I'm assuming the axe maybe. I'll wait to see, but throw that on the sling.
There is a future when me and I won't say too much, but there's a future mini re coming in. I plan on making the mini and glow in the dark. So that's in the works as of yesterday. It's become the second phase of it happening. So eventually look forward to those mini axes coming out. I'll hook you up with a couple of those when it becomes a thing.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. It's
A
cool.
new a new Hank is also in order. Swing the Axe Hank. I have designed already. We haven't started making it yet, but a new Hank will be in the works as well.
Are you doing it with Awesome Hanks?
Yep. So
Okay.
Art's getting me those all made up here. Are you into Hanks? How I never see you with one. I don't care either way. I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I have. I want to say I have, let's say 5. They're
Okay.
all buried in my my drawer down here. But so I have the one that I carry right now is a Spider-Man one, and it's
Oh,
black and
cool.
red, so it kind of goes with the pouch theme. So I threw it
Yeah.
in there. I have the Mandalorian, the Mando Hank from Renegade EDC, Chris over there.
Okay.
I think he's awesome. I met him at Blade Show, and when I met him, he gave me like a flannel Hank, so I have that one. And then I have a couple more, which I don't see in front of me. Some more EDC squared stuff, and then this was actually gifted to me by
Oh,
Luke
nice.
over at CDC.
Okay. Ooh, that's
He sent
cool.
that to me. This is a little gift, so yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, I have a few. I use them more for kind of cleaning off my computer screen, my
Yeah.
iPhone.
Yep.
It's not really much for my blades though, because I like when they get beat up and tape gunk and stuff all over them, so I just kind of leave them that way.
You like the used look, and I'm totally with you. I use it for my phone, my lenses. I guess if I'm taking photos, I will use the Hank. Like if I got a brand new knife, I'm cleaning it up, and I use the Hanks for that. But majority of the time, it's in my back pocket, and that's what I like about Awesome Hanks is because it's got that little lanyard on there. You just pull it out. You don't have to have a whole lot, really showing. I think we need to see a House of Blades Hank.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, man, it'd be really cool. So we carried Hanks for a while,
Okay.
and I forget the brand. I don't know if it was Swank Hanks or something.
Okay.
But yeah, so we have this kind of little corner. If you ever come into the store, it's a display case, and it's got kind of like we designated as the EDC corner.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it's got your shop mats, your little valet trays, I guess your vault cases,
Okay.
beads, lanyards, just kind of everything you would need to kind of customize your loadout and things. So yeah, we've been meaning to throw some Hanks and stuff in there. It's just obviously when you go with these makers and stuff, you're not just ordering one, you're ordering multiples.
Right.
And
Right.
it's a lot for a small maker, to kind of take that order.
Right. That is true. We'll talk more about it. I've got more information than I'll say live on here. We'll talk. We'll chat about it. I think we can make it happen. I think we can make it happen.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
Would be pretty cool, Yeah, I would definitely carry one. Our colors are pretty much black, red, and gray, so it would kind of fit with my theme. Maybe I could just go and throw that in the pouch as well.
I mean,
but I like Awesome Hank. I think you said that there's a bead on it, right?
Yeah. So he does the bead ones, of course, and you can take that and put any bead you want on there. Like that's what he's doing right now.
That's pretty cool.
And he also does a leather and also like this, which I don't think go very, very often. I personally like that because we're talking about beads. You can put whatever bead you want on there. You got a nice custom bead you want to match with your loadout. I'm all about customization. I think a lot of us are here in the EDC community. We like to customize things, and I think that's where he really does rise above the rest. And it's a good size. I mean, that's perfect pocket size.
I feel like that's perfect pocket, perfect for the pouch or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one I have, the Spider-Man one, is kind of triple folded, I guess, into this like thick square, just because it's a bigger one.
Yep.
So it kind of, whereas the Renegade one, it kind of folds up to a slim four little square and just goes right in.
I mean, you can fold it up. I mean, that's not too bad. And
Yeah,
For
that's
most
pretty much.
pouches though, like you slap that right in the pouch if you want to use it as a separator, it is about the right size.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I do, just to kind of not really protect the gear, but I've got beads and stuff in there that'll get scuffed up, and
Yeah.
it's more to just kind of keep everything separated.
It's a good separator. Like I think you guys have vault cases. It's kind of what they got. They got that separator in there.
Oh, yeah.
Same similar size. And if you have a vault, perfect size.
Kind of toss it in there. Yeah, and those are the exact same bulk case things that we have at the shop.
I
See,
like
so
those.
Sid just said what I was thinking. Downside of the bead when I clean my glasses, when I wear them, all I hear is the bead
Clinging. Okay.
hitting the lenses. Yeah, and that's the thing I was gonna say. I do like that he puts the lanyard on there, but I'm wondering if that ring, because I'm not paying attention when I'm wiping something
That's
down.
true.
So
That is
I wonder
true.
if I would scratch my screen or something.
See, I guess I'm used to it because these are like my go-to hanks. I pull it out, but I use that in my hand, and I usually fold it, so I'm still holding it in my hand, and then I fold
Mm,
it like this. If I'm doing whatever, I usually hold that part. But he does make them without though. Maybe people they don't know about this, but he does do a cloth one and then a leather one too. So he doesn't only do the
yeah.
beads. So maybe that would appeal more to more people instead of the bead. But I get it. Yeah, I get it. I want to ding it up. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, I've never been one to care about really dinging stuff up, but I guess whenever just because I would specifically use it to clean screens,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to jack up my screen protector or
I
something.
and, and like I said, as I use it, I never really run into the problem. Like if like I said, I hold it and I'm gonna scream I'm holding on to it. I guess as I'm using it, it doesn't bother me. And maybe it's just because I've become accustomed to it. So I get it. So maybe if we do House of Blade ones, we get you the nice leather instead of the black here. I'm a fan of leather. So do you like leather or do you like? Okay, there's my next question. Do you like leather or do you like cloth?
Man, I like leather.
Okay,
Like, man, it's gonna come off weird, but I love the smell of leather.
same here.
So
All
whenever
right.
I've got like some new gear made for me, like I had a wallet made by the general manager at the House of Blades. He hooked me up with a little custom wallet he did, and I was just like, man, before I ruin this thing, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
sit here and sniff this thing for a little bit.
And ours sent me
Yeah,
all like the
so
leather stuff, and it smells so good. It's I had this
yeah,
for a while, and it still's got that fresh leather smell. So it's not weird at all. At least not to me, because it's the first thing I do with leather too. I smell it. It smells so good.
yeah, it does, man. Like whether it's like Pueblo or Butero, I just love doing that. So
Oh, Sid
like
says, as a
Mikey's
photographer, I
back.
carry two hanks, usually one awesome hank and a clean camera lens, then a bigger one for my glasses. Usually carry an awesome hank in the pouch and then a bigger one in the pocket. Oh, see, I would do the other way around. I would carry the smaller one in the pocket. Ooh, Chicken Fried Steak says, yo, brownie, chat crew, woot hilly, woot. Wow. I love seeing everybody in the chat. It's cool. I feel like we've been missing out on chat, so I appreciate you guys still being here. I know we want to stay with you guys and talk to you, but it's hard to do all three.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm really bad. I was telling him before we got on. I'm bad at keeping up with the chat. Just things are scrolling past and trying to finish your thought and not jump around too much.
I think that's
Gets
that's
kind of
that's my
crazy.
biggest thing when I do a live. Like I will find myself scatterbrained 'cause I'm looking at both. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, so I apologize also for not keeping up with you guys here. What's it you say? Slacking to the max. But yeah,
I would too.
it's one thing. We'll think about it. The lanyard bead. Maybe leather would be more. Maybe a leather tag with a nice House of Blades logo on there, black with the red and white logo, maybe. Or maybe we do something completely different. We'll talk. We'll talk off
Yeah.
alive.
Yeah. We'll work it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, that was pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to bring some cool knives. I'm going to be doing the live at 5
Oh, that's
on
Friday
our
tonight.
Instagram. So yeah, so I'll have some more of the stuff we got in, like the Incosies and things like that, things I couldn't bring out of the shop.
Let me link you up here.
But yeah, I mean,
I appreciate you a
if you
lot
want to do
hanging
this
out
again,
here. This is fun. I enjoy hanging out and talking. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this.
yeah, chat. Let me know how I'm doing. I'm still trying to get used to the talking to the camera kind of thing, but we're working on the studio next door, so hopefully the lives will kind of take place over there, so you don't hear too much of the door dinging when people walk in and the music playing. Um, it'll kind of be a little bit more intimate and stuff like that. But
I enjoy watching you
yeah,
guys' lives. It's usually like right before my lunch break. So like half your live is while I'm at work, and then half of it's while my kids are running around. I got you kind of like propped up on the mantle above the fireplace, watching you while I'm hanging out with the kids. And I enjoy watching your guys' lives. You know, seeing what's new. Although my wallet doesn't like it so much though. It weeps a little bit.
yeah, yeah. You know, and that's the thing. You know, obviously we just don't want to. You don't have to buy anything from us. We just want to show off some cool knives and
Yeah.
chat. You know, just kind of get to know everybody. You know, who's on our Instagram, who wants to chat with us. You know, I tell everybody it's the highlight of my day when people like high tide come in and just want to, you know, chat, shoot the shoot the breeze,
Yeah.
and then you know, even when customers call in, they're like, "Do you have recommendations?" And I was like, "Boy, do I have recommendations for you."
That'd be like my favorite question. So let me tell you about this.
Yeah.
Mikey says
Um,
the authentic door ding. So if you're gonna be in a new studio, you just have to have like a door ding every now and then. Just like pull a string, like open the door a little bit, so it like rings the doorbell or the bell on the top of the door.
yeah. Yeah. Right.
Get a little authentic
Um,
feel.
yeah. So we're probably going to change up the studio just to kind of give us more room. We have some desks and stuff in there.
Okay.
So I don't know what we're gonna do. It might get a little kind of crazy, but we basically have a straight setup where we can kind of sit down and do like a little talk show kind of thing if we wanted to. I don't know if the community's even into that. Obviously, we do it to connect to the community. So whatever
Yeah.
everybody wants to see, you know, you guys want to show, you want to talk knives. So yeah, we'll kind of open that up and figure it out. But
I'm excited to see what you do. I think it'd be fun. I mean, I personally, this is why I do the live, like talking to people, seeing what everybody's carrying, you know, all this stuff.
yeah,
It's just cool. So I think you're onto something. A little fun, little hanging out with people. So it's fun to do the morning coffee stuff because you know it's like hanging out, little talk over coffee. I like doing the end of the night stuff too, and then a little it get a little wild though sometimes.
yeah, yeah, man. And you know, and that's the thing. Um, I guess just kind of finding the right time. So many people are doing different, you know, lives and
Yeah.
you know, I think it's great. I love I love having content to just kind of tune into, you know, because
Yes.
it's basically what I watch. This is knife stuff, EDC gear. So someone uploads, I'm watching whether I'm at work or you know here at home, having a new episode come out and stuff like that. So I just kind of wanted to be a part of that in the
Yeah.
community and just you know just kind of connect that way.
And I'm glad you are. It's cool to, like I said, hang out, talk to people, and just like you said, just be a part of the community. You know, I think all of us here, we're all interested in the same stuff. We want to know what's out there, even if it's not new. Like I like talking about the old stuff because there's a lot of older like that ZT that's been around for a while, but I don't have one. And if you don't know about it, how are you going to find out? So that's one thing that I enjoy.
Yeah,
I like going to like people's Instagram pages and seeing the old stuff. Like I will scroll to the bottom of somebody's YouTube page and watch their older videos just because I want to see what used to be out there. What was the fad at one time? You know, what was the highlight knife, you know, for like let's just say 2017, you know? What was highlighted back
yeah,
then?
yeah, and you know, and I think that's kind of the thing with having the live. You know, we can show something off like this, and yes, like you said, old model. They've had the model for a while, but it's in Magna Cut now.
Yeah, I
And
love
you
that.
know, there's always new people jumping into the community. And that you know, being in the Facebook groups, I love you know seeing that someone's asking questions and just being helpful. Like you know, hey, you could find you know all the information you need for the drops here. You know, we've got some cool people in the community that'll hook you up with your first grill piece, so you're not paying crazy prices. I love seeing that stuff.
That is true.
So, if we can be a part of that, it's cool.
No, I agree with you 100% on that. That's one big thing here. And you talk about you watch a lot of YouTube, and I feel like there needs to be more videos out there. I'm starting to watch older videos. I actually been trying to I've been trying to finish my edit of my newest video. I'm going to be very late. You're going to get a November EDC in December. Hopefully I can get that out. Hopefully by Monday I can drop that video. I've been working on it, and then I had to refilm it because audio issues. And man, making videos it's a lot of work.
Yeah, and we haven't even really posted anything on our YouTube channel other than a few things, but just the little bit that we have, yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Audio issues,
Yeah.
It not being clear enough, or something happens with some of the footage,
Yep.
or not getting the shot you need, and well, everybody's in different clothes now, and it's
Yep.
it's just so many things can go wrong, and I'm not even that deep into it, so I can only imagine what you guys go through.
Well, I was filming a video, and it might be caught in the wrong. I'm constantly kind of going like this. I was hearing noises, and my wife was like doing laundry or something behind me, and so I had to cut that out. And then there was one where it's just all these little things. Like, obviously, I have a full-time job. I've got family and kids, and it's hard to film, like you said, different clothing and stuff. And like my facial hair grows decently quick, so if like I have a feeling in this next video you're gonna see like more clean shaven. The mustache might be a little different, and that's the hard part about not filming everything at once. But I don't think people really care. I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I did try to put the same shirt back on in a couple of shots, but at the end of the day, I don't think people really care that much. But I'm kind of OCD, and I'm trying to get beyond the point where it's not every video has to be perfect, because I'm not big. I'm not that big. So I don't think people are looking at, those little nitpicky things, and I'm still learning. I mean, there's so much to learn about just filming and just talking and, keeping things rolling. And it's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. Like if I could have a week, I'd get so much done. If I could just take a day off from my regular job with the kids at daycare, the wife at work, I'd get so much more done, and try to keep up with Instagram too. I mean, I'm on this, like, I got to post every day at like between 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I've got to post. So sometimes I'm up at midnight because I work till 10:30 at night. I'm up till midnight, just like doing a photo shoot of just like last night. My new photos of this, I was up at, it was like 11:30, I think, when I was taking those photos.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's another behind the scenes look.
Yeah.
You have a full-time job, and everything I do for the House of Blades, whether it's managing orders online, shipping things out,
Yep.
helping with social media, and then the customer service people calling in, I got to get all that stuff done, and then still kind of, hop on the live and do the stuff, which I love doing. I've kind of grown into it, and, just found that I really enjoy it now. So we're just going to kind of add that on top. So it's tricky, man.
I'm seeing down the chat, I think people enjoy it too. I really think, like Rob Nice says, I think the live from the shop is a good idea. It shows life in the trenches. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. And, so obviously we have Carry Culture episode coming out Sunday. It was really fun to hook up with Josh and Chris on that, man. They were really cool dudes. And it's just,
I really love what they're doing.
I wanted it to be like quiet and just, not have like any audio issues, but they kind of made it a point too to say, like, in the trenches, like, is a little better, it's okay that you're from the shop, no big deal.
Yeah.
And I was going to do that from here, but we obviously had internet issues. So I was like, let's not repeat that.
Yeah. And that's okay. I mean, I would say the biggest thing about what I try to do with my lives is honestly just try to make sure things are smooth. You can hear things. I didn't have any music today because I didn't want to drown out either one of us. I didn't know how the audio would be with you on your end or not. So that's one thing that, going live is fun, and we're going to mess up a lot. I mean, when you go live, and I don't think people care. I mean, at the end of the day, you're getting live in the trenches. this would be cool if we cut this all up and turn it into a long video, but going live, I don't know. That's where going live is less stressful, but also more stressful compared to making a video. Making a video that, like one of my videos hit 10K, almost going on to 11. It's like, it's nerve wracking because if that happens again, what did I say? Going live, like if I mess up, it's no big deal. People expect that. But during a video, it's a little different. You got to edit some of that stuff out, and I don't know.
Yeah.
When you say in the trenches, big deal if something walks behind you. It might bring up a new concept. Like when you guys show off those knives, somebody asks a question, and one of you guys goes and runs and grabs that knife that you might not have thought about during a regular video.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like. Just like you were saying, I like about the lives because talking about the lander. Oh my God! See, I messed up right there calling it the banter, but saying QSP did it when it's obviously Kaiser and stuff. My mistake. But when you do those, edited videos and curated, you can go and fix those mistakes. But once it's posted, you're kind of done.
You're done. And I actually did that with one of my. What did I do? Oh, it was my CRKT video. I was talking about this knife, and this is the one on washers, and they're the synthetic or plastic washers. And I had been looking at a different CRKT that was on bolster liners. Was it? No, it was on bolsters, and I put that in the video. I think it was like a week later. I was like, "Oh no, I said that," because I was thinking it, and I had to go in there and edit that out because like I totally gave out wrong information. But going live, it was really cool for Tri-State to be like, actually, I think it's XYZ, and that if I would have not caught that, it to me that's what's cool about going live. That's what's fun about chatting with other human beings in the community.
Yeah, exactly. I see Trev's in the chat. What's up, man?
Welcome.
He's gonna when I get shipping to Canada figured out, he's gonna be the first one.
Oh yeah, I think
that
so.
I hook up, man, because he's been waiting a while.
I think he's got something that might be being sent to me that I gotta send out. I have a feeling that once you guys get that figured out, I think you will get you got quite a few people in Canada that'll get hooked up. You guys will definitely have a few more buyers, I guess you could say.
Yeah. We'll do a couple of tests and stuff when we do that, just to kind of make sure everything runs smooth before we kind of open it up to everybody out there. But it's just the natural progression for the company to kind of grow that way. We would love to ship across the world, but we already deal with so many laws and regulations and things like that here in the US where that's taken on another country's stuff as well. Just to make sure we're in compliance.
With expanding, I think I heard you guys say something in the other live that you guys are looking to expand more shops. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, so I guess not something that not a lot of people know, and you guys will get more info from Carry Culture as well because we answered some questions on there. But we have a t-shirt shop. It's called Graphics.
Okay.
Kenny and Chris are the owners of House of Blades, and they've started other ventures, for instance, Graphics. They do our hats, our apparel, for instance, the hoodies, everything's made, for the most part, I guess, in-house.
Okay.
So that way we have full control over that. So we want to do a design. We're not waiting months for approval and this and that. And they're really good about getting stuff done. So it's usually about 2 weeks.
Okay.
2-3 weeks before we see the designs that Matt's cooked up. And then we also have a machine shop, which Chris, the owner, and Mike, the director of operations, are handling right now. So our machine shop has been kind of doing some things to kind of get up and running. They did the milled banter for us. So we had a copper banter from Lee. So their first official project was milling out the copper. So we did, I think, initial 100 of those. Those sold out super quick.
Okay.
Just to kind of lighten that weight, because I think the weight on that knife was definitely an issue. As far as having like premium materials is really cool, but
copper,
people didn't like
heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah. And then yeah, they just kind of went from there. So they've done the sharpener, which we showed off in the live.
That was cool.
The actual motor obviously is from a store, so it's a modified grinder for the most part. But those attachments that are all on there, those were designed and made in the machine shop from aluminum, and we've been testing it for about 2 years as a prototype.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, so basically, if you wanted a sharpener like that, we could make the attachments, but the modular idea behind it is we can make whatever attachment you need. So let's say you want to throw something else like a buffer wheel on the other side or something like that. You can still have those attachments and do what you want with it.
That'd be so cool. I'm kind of envious of you right now, just so you know. I wish I was in Texas. I would be like in your shop all the time being like, "Ooh, let me see this. Let me see that." I would love to come over there and work with you guys. That would be so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope to get a tour of the shop so I can kind of show everybody
Oh
what
yeah.
else we do. But yeah, after opening those up, our our plan was to get another store.
Okay.
I don't know the logistics behind that with obviously the higher ups and stuff,
Right.
but it is in their thought. It's in the back of their minds to get another shop open. I'm just not sure where we would do it at. Obviously, we don't want to open a shop super close to us because you don't want to cannibalize
Right.
your own sales.
Yeah.
It just needs to be the right place, the right fit for us.
If I read it right, are we talking 40 years House of Blades has been around?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's kind of a cool story. BC Adams was the original owner, Chris and Kenny's father. Um, he he was going around. He had custom cases that he would set up at stores, and he was selling various items. And he threw some knives in there, and then saw that the knives were selling. So he kind of expanded on that quite a bit, made some friends in the industry, and he sold the patent for his custom cases, which are in the store. All those cases you see, the drawers, the design for the
Yeah.
displays, those were all done by him right there, yeah, on the screen. And that kind of gave the way to make House of Blades happen. So we had a smaller store, just a little shop opened up, and then I believe in 2001 they commissioned a log cabin to be built, which is what we're in now. It was built in Canada, disassembled, and then brought down here and then built again.
Really?
So,
Wait. So
yeah.
they took a whole log cabin from Canada all the way down to Texas. I mean, that's like as far as you can really go. Like, that's crazy. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
that
much.
is sweet.
So yeah, he had a home constructed the exact same way. So there's a mini House of Blades out there. I'll shoot you a photo of it.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
But yeah, he enjoyed the way his house looked so much that he wanted to do a shop that way. And then that kind of led to that. So they had the workers staying with them while they were building that down here. So that photo right there in the background, that's the original shop that they
Oh,
had.
that is cool.
Yeah. So
Dude, that
once they outgrew that space.
Was that a
they
Bowie
made
knife in
something a
his
little
hand? That
bigger.
is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so the cases pretty much still look the same. I think we might be due for a remodel, which the guys at the shop are working on. So there's a lot of projects going on.
Okay.
It's really cool. But yeah, they do plan on opening another shop. I just don't know, where we might go. I see people suggesting some places.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I saw Florida, Portland, Minnesota. I'll put my hat in there.
I hear that a lot when when I talk to people. People call in, they're just ordering from us, want to make sure something's in stock. Which to speak on that really quick, I have a lot of people call in just to verify stock. That's another little small thing that we do. Inventory is done so often so that way we don't have to deal with calling someone and telling them like, hey, we don't have what you're looking for.
Yep.
Because that's the worst thing for you to buy something and we give you a call and it's not in stock.
Yeah, that
So
would.
we are the only thing we deal with that in that is if something oversells because it's so popular, like the Jack Wolf knives, like they're gone like that, and the system's so slow. You guys are so fast, the system can't keep up with it, so it just kind of lets it go. But yeah, a lot of people call in and they're like, "Man, I don't have a local knife shop. It'd be really cool to kind of come in." So it's crazy that there are so many places out there that kind of want like a House of Blades or a
Oh
Smoky
yeah,
Mountain or something, just somewhere they can go into and just kind of hang out. And there's nothing like feeling a knife in hand before you buy it. Because if
I
you
would
buy it from
agree.
online, yeah, you just don't know. You don't know if that's going to be to your liking or if it's exactly what you want. And being able to step in the store, you know that when you spend your money, it's going to be on something that you got to try out before.
Yeah. That's one thing. Like, I think the reason I bought my first Benchmade over a Spyderco was because we don't have very many stores that carry knives or good knives. Obviously, you can get cheaper stuff, CRKs and CRKTs and Kershaw's and stuff like that. But my local Shields, which is a sporting goods store, that's where you can get Benchmade. They've got like one or two different Spydercos, and it's you want to hold it. Like, that's why I probably have some of the knives I have, because I held it and it's like, oh, that's really nice. Okay. And I see, like Sid says, repeat customers. Now I go back into Shields and I want to hold another knife. And I think that's why I gravitate to Benchmade a little bit more, because I can get more hands on. So where you guys would definitely resonate is, yeah, people can come in there and be like, I like this. And they're not going to hesitate, like going through a website. I'll admit, I go through a website, and now I've got to watch 6 YouTube videos and go on Instagram and see what people have it, hold it in their hand. And I wonder if I really like that. Because, and I'll be straight up honest with you, this is the knife that, I mean, I've oohed and awed over for quite a while. I didn't know it was this small. And I'm not mad about that. I like the size of it, but after getting in hand, I would still buy it. But I didn't. That's one thing, where you guys, if you have a storefront like that, it makes sense. And it's probably a nice hangout spot. I think if you guys do build another store, probably here in Minnesota next, just saying, have a little coffee studio with a bar on the other side of the little coffee area, have a bar for beer at night, coffee in the morning, knife shop in the front. I think that would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, just got to get the liquor license.
Yeah. You'd probably have to lock the door of the knife shop though after hours, though. I think maybe have those separate a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, we actually have people that come in and they're like, "Hey, I think we're so close to a hotel. People came in and they're like, "Hey, we want to have dinner." And we're like, "We're not a restaurant. We're a we're a knife store."
Oh, I bet, because your storefront does look similar to. Okay, I could go with that. Let me pull up your.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. See the guys. Trev, Sid, and I will be first. Yeah. You guys would be first.
I guess it says House of Blades. What do they think of? Like, maybe they're thinking like Texas Roadhouse. Maybe is what they're thinking.
Yeah,
or...
yeah. We have a Texas Roadhouse so close to us, so just with so many restaurants over there, I don't blame them.
I mean,
Beer and Blades. I like that.
Beer and
From
Blades,
Blacksboro.
yeah. Coffee and cutlery. I think
The
if
mullet
you
of
guys set one
mascots.
up here in Minnesota, like I said, I'm gonna keep putting that in there. That would be pretty cool. Like I said, it would be a fun lounge though. Although I'd want to come down and hang out
Yeah.
with you though. I want to like go to Texas and hang out in the Texas one, because you guys probably have a much more better setup down there than we would be able to have here in Minnesota.
Yeah, and just with it being the main store, obviously, that's where everything started. We've
Yeah.
grown the most there, so the other shop would probably be pretty small.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have plans to do stuff in the future. So obviously, as we grow, I'll definitely doing the lives. That's going to be the best thing is we'll be able to announce the news there and just kind of get it out to
Absolutely.
the community.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if you are coming to Blade Show, Texas, I know it's a bit of a trip, but you
50-50
never
so
know.
far. The wife hasn't said no,
Yeah.
but she hasn't said let's buy tickets yet. So we're on the fence right now.
Yeah, and they just sent us the layout, so I don't think it's been released to the public yet. But
Okay.
we did see where our booth is, so we'll be pretty much near the front and stuff. But those are always cool. I'll be doing a live stream from there. I'll be running around the show, kind of doing recording everything,
Yeah.
getting some content. But I think a live there while we're kind of selling some knives and just hanging out with people would be kind of cool.
That
Just
would be cool.
because the people that can't make it, they can get a kind of see at what's going on.
I wonder how the internet would
Crazy
be
crowds.
though. The internet might be a little hard.
Oh, it's all right. I'll run everything off of my Well, for the most part, so we take a hotspot as a backup,
Okay.
just
Yep.
because we do run off of the convention's power and their setup.
Yeah.
But sorry guys if I'm flicking my knife too much.
I think
I fidget
everybody in
all the
this
time.
chat's doing the same thing. You know, everybody else is flipping theirs right now too.
But yeah, hopefully just to kind of show everybody what that's like there at Blade Show, because I know not everybody can make it.
Oh yeah. How far is the store to the convention center?
I would say we're about 15-20 minutes away.
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah,
Nothing
you're like
crazy.
right. Okay.
No, super close.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we take a main road straight down into downtown Fort Worth, and then we're right there at the convention.
I keep thinking if I make it there, do I bring my camera and do it like because I've not yet been to a blade show. I've been to like knife shows and stuff, but never like an official blade show. And I keep thinking, do I want to be there as a content creator or do I want to be there as just because I want to see the stuff. I want to meet everybody. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do yet.
I feel like you definitely, if it would be your first, I feel like you bring the camera, record what you can, but don't stress about it. I feel like you should come and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it could get really crazy, even with it being smaller than Atlanta, probably slightly bigger than Blade Show West. It can still get overwhelming, man. There's so much to look at, and sometimes I feel like I don't even make it down every single aisle, to kind of chat with everyone. You kind of get stuck talking to certain makers and things like that, which is great. But it's just there's so many people there, so many vendors, things like that. So
oh, here's a question for you. Blade Sparrow EDC says, do you get an influx of customers at the store during Blade Show? I can imagine that would be a flood.
it's nothing crazy, man. So like right now, Christmas is insane. Usually, it's you come in for your shift and you look down, look back up. It's time to go home. That's how busy you stay.
Okay.
With Blade Show, we had we had quite a bit of people coming in, but it wasn't all at once or together. Just guys. Hey, I just got into town. I saw that there was a knife shop, so I wanted to check it out. Um, and we're not that big, so not a lot of people when they come down here know about us.
Okay.
So, yeah, we kind of it's very 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 small whenever Blade Show happens. We don't
I see that changing though. I literally think you've got a lot of influencers. Brandon, Ron. That if you're looking for the Blade Show, Mikey, when he went to Blade Show, they watched that video. I think you got a lot of behind people that I think that's the question here might be next year's Blade Show. You might be a little bit more busy. Like I said, you guys are building into the community that I think people may not necessarily buy anything, but they might want to go and just take pictures of House of the Blades. Like if they don't know there and the first time they're being around, I think, like I said, I think you guys are building yourselves into the community where people will want to be there. Just my opinion.
And that's the cool thing. You don't have to buy anything from us. Come in, check out the store, walk around, play with the knives. We're happy to open up any of the cases. I mean, that's what we're there for. You want to buy a knife at the end of the day. I guess the best way to put it is, usually when someone's coming into like a cell phone store, either they're coming in to pay the bill or they're coming in to buy a new phone.
Yep.
You don't really have to sell them on anything,
Yep.
And the knife guys that come in, we have a few people that just come in. They're like, hey, what do you got new? Just want to check it out. Would get a feel for it. And that's the great thing about having a brick and mortar store is you can come in and play with everything.
Yeah.
And, you're like, let's say you want an OTF, but you're just not sure, for instance, me, I thought that I would like a double edge OTF.
Okay.
That's not great for cutting open boxes. They're meant for self-defense.
Yeah.
More than they are for, tearing down boxes. And I wouldn't go with an OTF for a box, a box knife anyway, because once you put it back into that mechanism with all that tape gunk and stuff,
never thought of that.
Starts messing up.
Good point. I didn't even think of that.
We have to fix so many of them. So we kind of give everybody, like a heads up, like, hey, you're interested in buying these, just so you know, these require more maintenance than a pocket knife would be, or something like that, or a fixed blade. You're gonna have to make sure that the blade's clean whenever you go ahead and actuate it back in.
That makes sense.
And that's just kind of the stuff that we, that's what we like to do, just kind of be informative and helpful in any way possible. And then you kind of make your decisions of what you want to do afterwards. So it's like an in live review, I guess you could say.
Literally, yeah. I mean, if somebody's coming to the store, they're clearly going there for a reason. You don't have to sell them on. I mean, I'll be honest with you. If you handed me a Chavez for the first time, you handed that to me, you sold me. You don't have to do anything besides let me go like this. Sold. Done. I want it. Because if you've never had one or anything like that, and you get it in hand, yeah. Your sales part doesn't have to be that good. You don't have to be a salesman. I don't think that at your shop to be, like a car dealership. You're selling cars. I think where you guys are, you just let the knives do the selling themselves.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, exactly. They do everything themselves. Most people are walking in there because they know what they want,
Yep.
or they're just coming in to get a feel for it in hand and stuff. Like you said, they're gonna go home and make their decision, look at YouTube
Yep.
reviews and stuff like that. People that they obviously share the same opinion with, so that way they can kind of gauge it from there. I appreciate you guys saying that I'm important to you guys, because that's awesome.
Well, it's cool. I mean, you guys sell all sorts of knives, and we get to talk to you about what you guys have. And it's just, to me, it's cool. I really appreciate you guys, because this is fun to just see what you guys are doing. There's a lot of stores out there that you don't see much, like what they have. And I don't know. Like I said, I think you guys are becoming a big part of the EDC community. I really truly believe that House of Blades is really stepping it up here compared to what's out there. It's cool.
Yeah, and that just kind of comes with having people that work with us that are into the community, that watch you guys just as normal people before we kind of watch you as a business.
Yeah.
I'm watching you guys for reviews, just because you guys are interesting and things like that. And if the company House of Blades can obviously help you guys out by sending you knives so you can show off, you can talk about, form your own opinions on, and that way you guys can help the community themselves.
Oh yeah.
Because not a lot of people can buy every single knife that they that they want. A lot of people save up for money.
Oh yeah.
Save up their money for the knives that they want.
Me as one of them. I mean, it's not just something that we could just buy knives. So that's where, like, on the other hand, I appreciate you guys hugely on that part, because those knives you sent me last month, I want every single one of those. Can I afford to buy them? No. I mean, they're expensive, but I can give you my honest opinion on them. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know I was going to like some of those, like that ProTech. I didn't know I was going to like it as much as I did. But on the other hand, I also didn't know it was as small as it was. Like, once again, that's a smaller knife. So without having the hands-on and seeing that, I wouldn't have known that. I mean, to me, that's, you see a picture of it, you have no idea.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we want to go do going forward. It's everything is for the community.
Yep.
We have no idea whether it'll turn into someone becoming a customer with us, or someone liking our videos, or joining the live streams. That's not something that's tangible that we can count on. But
Right.
what we can do is send you stuff, work with you. We enjoy your videos, show some appreciation, and then just kind of send you products, so that way you can kind of share that with the community and stuff.
And everybody has different opinions. I mean, and I'll put it out there. I like the smaller Chavez. I like that, but somebody else might like a different one. So it's good to have all those opinions out there. I mean, you have your opinions on what knives you like, but maybe somebody else may not sway that way. I mean, I think you and I are very similar when it comes to the knives, though. I mean, we're pretty standard. We like black knives, blacked out knives. Yeah. I think you like larger knives though more. I would say you probably like your the 229, where I like the street more. I like the smaller statue because I can pocket that a lot easier without weighing it down. But you might be the other way around, I think.
Yeah, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the street model.
That looks like the street. Yes, I'm very confident that's the street.
So I was like, that's the box. Sorry.
what's your
holding it
opinion?
at a weird
Do you
angle.
like that one, or do you
Uh,
like the 229?
yeah, so I think this is my starting point.
Okay.
I love this, and then just going up.
Oh, lost you again. I saw the connection dropping. Should be right back. Oh, we're back. Hold on here. Get you back over here.
I don't know why
Lost
it
you
keeps
again.
doing that to me.
I saw your. I have a little like a collab cam. I can see your internet go down a little bit, and also I expected that one to happen.
Oh, gotcha.
No big deal.
Well, maybe mine's not much better than the the one at the store, but
It's only happened
and
twice,
then
so that's not bad.
you go to the Zone and you have a
Ooh.
little bit more poking out. So I would consider this one a lot larger than the. Sorry,
Okay.
hold it up.
Not
Than that
much
one, just by a
though.
little bit. Yeah. So I would go from. I think that Chavez is a good starting point for me.
Okay.
I'm happy there, and then just can move up. And another big reason why once we saw this one at Blade Show, um, I wanted to do the Lander 2 when it came out because it was bigger.
Okay.
It just now it's more of a medium-sized knife for me, and I just like it. I feel like it needs to fill my hand more than just kind of be super tiny. I don't have any small knives, otherwise I'd pull one out. But um, even this one, I have an HOB exclusive from back in the day.
Ooh. Ooh.
So I have the Kershaw
Oh, nice. Okay.
that we did in S35. It's got the blue spacer in the
Blue
back.
backspacer. Yeah.
So we did these, I think, when S35 was a big thing. We had them for like $89. So you got S35, American made,
Under
aluminum
$100.
handles with a deep carry clip. Yeah. These things sold out
Oh,
pretty quick, even with us being super small. So they won't give us this exclusive back, but it was a really cool one. You still see some people from time to time bring it in,
oh, I bet.
but yeah. So another medium-sized knife. It's not too small. Still kind of have some in the back.
My
But
benchmark
yeah,
size is this one. I think that's my benchmark. Oops.
yeah.
As far as size wise. Which, when you pulled out the Zahn, now I'm curious versus the Zahn versus like a Sabenza. I think an Incosi or a Sabenza might be more my size, because like I said, this is the benchmark size I like, which is why I like the Street. You can see they're almost identical. Almost identical.
Yeah, I think you'd like the Incosi or the Zahn for sure.
I think so.
And I'm not saying that just because I'm a fan of the Incosi. But
I
yeah.
know everybody is all Zahn. The Zahn's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But I think I don't know. I think I steer more towards the Sabenza or the Incosi. I like those inlays. I don't know. Maybe that's just me personally. I don't know.
Yeah. Man, I've had 3 Sabenzas. I've had them with inlays, and then I had a plain Jane. I got rid of them. So usually what'll happen is I'm not going to have 20 Chris Reeve in the collection. I'll probably get down to 2. And then if I have any extra or anything like that, I'll usually turn that knife into something else. I'll sell it, but usually buy another knife, something else I'm interested in, like a Chavez kickstop or something like that. And yeah, I don't think I'd ever have a collection like Brandon, with drawers of full of knives. It'd be cool, but I kind of see all the knives at work and stuff like that. So
yeah,
usually that's kind of the way that I'm able to get a little bit more expensive knives. Is I'll take a couple and then kind of turn them into a more expensive knife. But then my collection's a little bit more curated, and for me, and I'm able to rotate through everything other than. I have some, sentimental ones. So this one my wife got me.
Ooh, okay.
She bought me the Maximate, which you guys can see the blade is all kinds of.
I love that though.
Jacked up.
I love that.
The patina on there.
Yep.
Just getting wet and stuff like that. But I threw some Flytanium scales. I got tired of the plain G10, so I was able to upgrade it, deep carry clip and stuff like that.
I love that.
And just kind of add more meaning to it, but also like change it up so I'm not bored with it.
Personalized.
Yeah. And but have maybe, I want to say in the entire collection, maybe let's go with 11 knives because some are at work and not here with me. Um, but yeah, I don't want to be the type of person that's always like, I'll make it back to that knife in 6 months.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
carry, I want to pretty much carry everything. I'd have 10 blades on me if I could. Um,
I I have to admit I've got knives that I don't touch. I mean, like the mermaid, Boker mermaid. I've got that. I've carried
oh
it
yeah.
maybe 3 times. I'm kind of out of that realm. I treat motorcycles and cars like you treat knives, where I started out with, a Harley Buell. I sold that, and then I upgraded to another Harley. I treat motorcycles like you're treating the knives. I sell the motorcycle, and I use the money, and then I upgrade to another motorcycle. So I understand. I have a hard thing getting rid of knives, though. If I have it, I have a hard time trying to sell it. I like to hold on to things. So I unfortunately have a drawer
Yeah.
full of knives that I don't touch.
Yeah. And I've never sold anything. I don't know, you call them flippers or,
Yeah.
just selling a knife for what you paid for. I've never really done that. So I use everything.
Yeah.
So if that woman's on, I bought it, I've used it. Let's say I did sell it. I'm going to sell it at a deal.
Yep.
I've used it and I kind of take the money that I'm losing as in my experience with it.
You
I
rented it.
paid this much to have it, to use it. Yeah. It's not for me. Let me move on. I want to move on to something else.
Yep.
Um, but you get to kind of pass that on to someone else. And there's a lot of people out there that are happy to grab a knife at a cheaper price, right?
Yeah. I bought this secondhand. I mean, the guy that I bought it from, he hardly ever used it. He just said it wasn't for him. I mean, I bought it off the secondhand, and it's pretty mint, but I use it I won't sell this because, well, it's got meaningful to me. There's a lot of stuff behind it that I use it too. I've even sharpened it probably 3 times myself. I don't know if you can see the crappiness of I don't know if you can really tell. I'm not the best sharpener.
Yeah, you can't tell.
But and I'll never sell it just because I know what I put it through. That I'd feel bad if somebody, oh wow, that's not that good. If they got a brand new one in their hand, they're like, oh, you really beat that up. But I use it, and that's why I bought it. I mean, at the end of the day, that's why I own it.
Yeah, exactly.
CPM in the house. What's going on?
I was like, I feel like we're neglecting everybody in the
Yeah, I was
chat. We
looking at
just
that.
started talking.
Gear related
Rob
in
says he
here.
found HOB from YouTubers. Yeah, man. And,
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
that's how I
To have
thought. Saw
Ron
you
and,
guys.
yeah, you, Mikey, Brandon, everybody just kind of, just dropping our names and stuff. I know we kind of sponsor Brandon and stuff, but I was a fan first. So,
Yeah.
it's great for us to have a relationship and things like that. But for people to kind of, when they come in and like, I saw you on this person, I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. I was like, I'm glad you found us through them. They're really great guys. So
Yeah, it's like I said, that's the fun part. And I've said this from the beginning, and I'll say it to the end of the day. The EDC community, we all have the same hobby, but we all have different options and different things and opinions that we like, and that's what's cool about like seeing this. Like, speaking of, CPM's in there, and he's got a whole nother spectrum of EDC knives compared to what my collection will ever look like.
yeah, no, I see CPM and all the lives and stuff. I've got the
Yep.
stuff he doesn't like.
Yep, I do too, and I love it that he's got that opinion. And I think I said this last week. I wish I could be more opinionated when it comes to these things, but I'm so open minded. Like, there's a lot of knives I may say I love, but would I buy it per se? Would I spend my hard earned money on it? And I'm a penny pincher, so if I buy something, it meant I must really like it, because there's a lot of things like like I said, I'm a penny pincher. It's not that I want to be. My wife, I should say, my wife's a penny pincher. Hopefully, she's not watching.
And you don't want to go into massive debt buying all these knives. Man.
Yeah.
Looks like Rob says, love the Kershaw. Just bought US made Ken Onion Leak in Magna Cut for
Ooh.
$90.
Wow.
That's good. That's not bad.
Wow. Which reminds me, speaking of penny pinchers, remember guys, 10% off. Use my code. Why pay full price? I mean, don't let Chris know I said that. Don't pay full price. Use my code.
Yeah, guys, use the codes out there. I have people that call in all the time. Do we have discount codes? Unfortunately, most of the discount codes are through YouTubers. So, pick your favorite YouTuber, use their code, show support for the channel.
Exactly.
Because your purchase, you'll save some money and it gets them a kickback just so that way they can do all these videos that you guys like.
It makes it worth it. I mean, like I said, I don't do it for the money, but I do it because I enjoy it. But I'll tell you what, it helps because Epidemic Sound is like $17 a month. I mean, that's what keeps the music rolling and the lights on for these studio lights. These cost money. The cameras cost money. And this microphone, I gotta upgrade this boom arm actually. So that's probably the next purchase, probably before a new lens. But yeah, those little things do go a long way. They really truly do.
Paul said he's the same way. He gets attached to his knives and normally can't sell them.
Yep.
And then so did Trev. Yeah, he can't sell his stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's bad, because there are some times where I'm like, man, I have like small regrets, but like I said, I don't want to have 30,000 knives to pick from. I want a curated selection, and I kind of just want to rotate through everything so everything kind of gets its use.
Who did I see right now? Sam Raven the Pirate. I'm just in love with his new videos he's doing. I carry a new knife every day, and how does he come up with those ideas? Those videos is outstanding. But him carrying a new knife every day is so cool. I'm gonna do that. That might be my new thing. Won't get me as far as he goes.
I like his skits.
Oh, they're so
His
good.
skits are really funny, man.
He's clever.
I was just like, I just constantly just watching them, just because, and they're so relatable too.
Yeah,
it's everything we do, flicking the knife while we're watching a movie, annoying somebody.
Yep.
So yeah, it's really cool to watch those.
He's a good curator for sure.
Just dropped 12 on a limited edition Swiss tech listing from Walmart. Brandon, everybody starts off somewhere. I kind of showed off it wasn't even my first one. It was just a free knife that I don't want to say was stolen. I asked everybody if it was theirs, but a little Gerber.
It's borrowed. You just haven't given it back yet.
Yeah, that's all. But it had the funny thing is, it had like a little like liner lock. So I mean, it pretty much had everything a knife has except for that replaceable blade.
But I actually been kind of thinking about it. I got the Milwaukee Fastback, and I wish I should carry it more often, really, because I like having a replaceable blade. But I don't know. I don't know why I don't carry it often enough. I probably should.
Just a little utility blade to keep on you.
Yeah,
but
because then
I
I'd
love
probably carry
messing up
something
my
like
knives,
this.
so.
My little traditional. I don't know. This is actually my grandpa's. He never used it, and I got some of his ones he did use, and it's just crazy how much those blades are so wore out. We talked about rotating our knives. Like, I wish I had it nearby. I could show you, like, this blade here is so used, and he sharpened it so often, it's the size of this one. And this one is even smaller. And he would use it, and he would sharpen it. And I don't know, if I carried the Milwaukee Fastback, I'd probably start carrying this more often. The old case.
Yeah. And I think, that's kind of the cool thing. So, yeah, my knives may look pristine now or a little bit of use, but let's say in 10 years when my daughter decides to take one, she's off to college or something like that, maybe my blade will look all worn down, and that's the one she chose, so it's just kind of passing them along. That's kind of a cool thing.
But, I've got two brand new knives that never touched, and they're both the same, and they're nothing special. They're just some SOGs that are still in the box that I'm going to give both my boys for their first knives. They're nothing special, but I eventually want to get them. This will be eventually. I'm going to have you do some engraving down there. I'll pick out some knives for them. And I'm going to do some engraved knives and have you guys. I don't know what would you your daughter, if you're going to get her engraved, would you put her name, her birth date, or what would you engrave on one of your children's knives for a gift?
So obviously it's kind of, you can do name, you can do a date, something significant to them, your logo or something cool. You're passing it along, but I have a little bit more flexibility with my power there.
Availability.
Yeah, so I did a Yeti cup for her.
Okay.
When the kids during COVID, they were taking, they have to take a water bottle with them, something that so it's not touching anyone else,
Yep.
no one's touching it, things like that. So she wanted a pink one, and I was like, let's do something cool on it. She was into Hello Kitty at the time.
Oh, nice.
So we don't do copyrighted stuff, unfortunately, but
Can't sell that.
because I have access to the laser and things like that, I went ahead and did something special for her. So we did a full wrap on the cup. So it's got, all these designs. So it's not just a placed character. It's got stuff happening all over the cup.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. It's unique. But yeah, with that laser, we can do anything, man. So, logos, as long as you have permission to use the logo
Yeah.
or, the artwork or something like that from an artist, if you have an artist commission it or something, we can do it. Our artist will just draw it up in the correct file format. We can, knock it out and make it something special for someone.
Need a Yeti with this on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, we got something planned, man.
I like that you guys do that because, like I said, I don't know. I keep thinking, obviously I could do it more often, but I keep thinking both my kids are young, and I want to get them a knife that's going to be something they'll maybe just cherish, I guess. Maybe they won't even use it, but these sogs that I'm going to give them, I want them to beat the heck out of them because they're cheap. They're not expensive. And somehow I got two of them. I have no idea why. But eventually, like, I don't know, would I get them a bug out? Maybe a bug out would be cool. But I want something like timeless, when they're like my age, be like, yeah, my dad gave me this when I was 12 or whatever, And I want something timeless, I don't know what that would be yet.
Yeah, I get a lot of people that come in for case knives or buck. Usually, those are going to be the two that are, they've been around for a long time, and
Yep.
there's a reason why. People, your grandpa's knife, or
Yep.
the traditional knives you see all the time. Those, I usually people lean towards those, but I'm probably just going to gift one of my knives to my daughter whenever she's at that age. But if
Yep.
she ever really got into the hobby, the first one I probably would get her, and just because it would mean so much, and I know that it'll last forever, would probably be a CRK.
Okay.
As just kind of
Trevor says, a Zon. He says 2 Zons.
Yeah, 2 Zons. Yeah, and exactly. It's just I've sent it in for a spot treatment. I've sent my knives in for reblast, double thumbs. I've always had such a good experience with Chris Reeve. And not a lot of companies out there are doing that.
Right.
If you mess up a screw or something like that, you void your warranty. It's not their fault. They didn't do it.
Yep.
And it's just because, a lot of things are, whether it's made overseas or made in another factory, OEM, they're busy. They don't have time to take apart someone's knife. The fact that Chris Reeve takes the time to kind of do that, you do have to wait, but
yeah,
you can basically have a brand new knife back in your pocket if something goes wrong with it. I just don't feel like you can beat that. So for something that would last her a lifetime, whether she's in the hobby or not in the hobby, she'll have that one and done knife.
And that's true. But I don't even own a CRK yet myself, so. But it'd be cool to have two of them. I guess I would have to. Like I said, I've got 2 boys, and they're 2 years apart. So whatever I get, it's got to be similar, and at least similar. Like my dad's really big into pew pews, and they've got their own. Both my boys have, Henry Golden Boys, a couple Winchesters that I haven't even got to shoot myself yet, but my dad got them for them for when they're of age. So they're sitting in the safe, locked up in the box, and it's like. The knife they could carry more often, obviously, than I want something timeless. Like I said, to me, well, kind of going back, the Henry Golden Boy is a traditional, like that's a keepsake, so, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's just growing up, like I got a watch from my grandparents, like that, it's those things that they were gifted them to you. They're meant to last for
Exactly.
forever. Do I still have the watch? I have no idea because I was, a teenager and irresponsible. I'm sure they put it up somewhere. I can't find it, but you know what I mean? It's just, you want to get them something that lasts forever, but that's, like you said, timeless.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to cut you short. Honestly, this has been extremely fun, but I think we both have to work here in about a half hour or 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, I was supposed to head in already, so I kind of took a little longer, but
oh, it was a blast talking to you. I hope everybody else enjoyed it as much as I had fun. This is, to me, I just love talking, and this is fun. I absolutely appreciate you a ton hanging out with me here the last 2.5 hours almost. We're at 2:39. So I appreciate you a lot hanging out here. Any last things you want to say here?
No, man, just thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys at 5 if y'all jump in Instagram live.
I'll be there. Cool. Well, I appreciate you guys also in chat. Remember, House of Blades, code Barbarian, 10% off. All right.
Yeah.